Game is up, and we have a game rolling. ACTM, like we said, he is tanking. Sebastian plays. He's going to be playing as a Japanese flank for Team Wonders. Their pocket is Nikov with Berbers and Lucho with Malay on the other side. They're going to be facing Siskan as a flank, playing as Vikings from Team Darkside, Dragonstar, Hans pocket position, and Stoneplace as Koreans flank. So very similar. No, not a similar position.
No, it's
After
more or
the
less similar, yeah. I think it's changed for Wonders. So as you said, you would prefer Japanese more on the land side. Now there is Japanese, but it's second time in a row when Darkside gets Koreans on the land side as well, which may be a little bit unfortunate. It's gonna be hard for them to play against Japanese. But let's see, maybe they have a different strategy in mind as well, so can be anything.
Yep. Absolutely. And well, I'm expecting some militias into archers here from ACCM. One of the things before all of that I'm focusing usually is the dog position that they're starting with. What's your opinion on this, or like your approach? Is it better to, just dock in the front, get a couple of fishing ships going if you're in a pocket, and then move the rest to the back, as I've seen a lot of people doing, or just straight up going to the back?
I think there is no such answer is better or not better, especially even if I would have one, I wouldn't give you that. Because we have to play our stuff as well.
True. Okay, I have to be careful here with my questions.
Yeah, there is pros and cons, especially of course in both ways to play. There is a lot of strategy about how you want to play your how you want to place your dogs. Sometimes two people play the middle, sometimes no one, sometimes one. So it's completely up to players. And in this game, we can see that everyone chooses. Maybe on paper that's a little bit more safe approach, with everyone goes for the outside docks and everyone completely ignores the middle. Well, except maybe Siskan, actually. He will be in the position where he controls the river in between the islands, so he will probably be able to play any side he needs to. It can be both middle and outside.
I feel like in this situation right here, Siskan was incredibly lucky, because sometimes there's almost no deep fish in that passage. And
well, he definitely knows something. I don't think that he would walk that far from his TC to not be able to fish. Maybe he has Koreans in the team, so his villager probably had a good line of sight.
Nice, yeah. That's a good point. The other side, we have Stoneplace with a barracks going up from Koreans. Quite early, it's moving on to gold. He might be making a couple of militias of his own.
Yeah, for sure, that's going to be man-at-arms as well. ACCM kind of similar timing, similar idea. 3 villagers goes to the gold, so you can sustain the good man-at-arm production, maybe even make more than 3. Because on paper, your fish should be alive, you should have a lot of food. So the build orders must be smooth on the both sides.
Yeah. So this is between Lucho and Siskan at the top is probably going to be maybe some galley aggression, heavy galley aggression, something that I would expect from Malay and Vikings. Maybe adding in a couple of fires. I've seen some people do that. I think that's also smart and can be annoying for the galley transition.
From what I can see now, Dragonstar is a little bit in the middle of the strategy, because he has a lot of food. He didn't focus that much on the wood earlier, so he could sustain the efficiency production earlier. And right now he's on 400 food without going up to feudal age, which I think is more or less a mistake, because Nikov with a slower Civ, Berbers is much slower at that point than Hans. He already got one more villager, he got, well, a little bit better TC working and 2 more fishing ship, which can be significant, especially in this matchup where Hans a little bit stuck to cavalry on the land, and Nikov as Berbers can do camels, which are really good against Hans in general. So yeah, for now I would say that Nikov have a slight advantage from the build order compared to Dragonstar.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's interesting that you say that Huns are much slower than the Berbers. I wouldn't have.
No, it's the opposite. I would say.
Okay.
Hands build order wise.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense because of their fish moving faster as well. They can put the dock earlier. Yeah, but I also like Hans once they get some stuff rolling. Stoneface is trying for his life and soul to quick wall against all of those Metatarms, and he manages to. He's walled, he's protected. That's a really nice reaction from Stoneface. While his Metatarms are looking for some damage, and I'm not really sure ACCM knows about them.
Yeah, I think because of that small walls, I think Wanderers knows about Manatarms being on the field, even from Karate, and ACCM goes for the walls. That's the strategy.
Yeah, but in this case, when the flank is fully walled, usually this goes into a just pivot to straight up to the pocket, and that's both of them. But the pockets are walled. Oh my god, Dragons! Dragon Star's walls are super funny.
Oh, but also it's quite efficient. He has all of his resources in the small kind of egg base as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's good for him. But again, Nikov plus 5 more efficient ships as Berbers. That's insane. Difference is very big. Oh, and Dragonstar maybe not in time with the wall. Will Ping decide the game now?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I think those don't care and will dive straight in, and that's... Well, we were talking about how efficient those walls are. It's all falling apart here. That's going to be a second Vil at least. Maybe not.
That was actually a little mistake from ACCM, but still Dragonstar has not the best build order. He already behind Nikov, and also there was a perfect timing that ACCM hits his walls just before he gets Feudal Age. So walls were really thin at that point, and that was really easy for him to get in and kill some villagers. I think there is a big difference right now in the pocket build orders.
Yeah, and also there was a slight miscommunication there between Stoneface and ACCM with the wall delete, with all of that. I think those Manatarms are still an issue, and yeah, that was some pretty good damage from ACCM.
On the water side, we have galleys and fire ship. There's hulks and fire ships at the moment. I think Sishan a little bit dominating Lucha with the Vikings. Vikings should be an insane civilization to fight on water in Feudal and Castle Age. Let's see, they have a good fight now.
Yeah, so when it comes to the composition, I think fire ships plus galley is one of the best comp that you can have on water. I think that's the superior comp when it comes to fires plus hulks, because the hulks have a very weird engagement there, especially with the mass of galleys that Siskan already has. They don't really get to do much damage to the fires before dying to the galleys.
Yeah, that's what usually happens, but also it's dependent on the timing upgrades and a lot of other things. So in this game, I would say that it was not mistake of the composition for Lucha, but probably he missed some of the timings where he could pressure those galleys while there was no mass. But yeah, it's actually very significant. If you're a water player, usually it's really hard to push on that map. But if your water player is winning, then it gives you a much bigger window with transport ship later and some other stuff as well. So it's really important if Sishan will continue to dominate Lucha here. It will give him a very important edge on the map as well for all of his team.
Lucho kind of had to react on land as well. Those Manatarms from Stoneface got all the way here, and they actually killed the villager, forced some reaction, some pushed him off of gold. You see there's some quick walls there in a wood line for stuck a Vil forever. I'm not even sure he's going to notice that, because that's probably... Oh, no, it is appearing as idle. But yeah, after a long while.
Yeah, also Stoneface just now scouted that there is a wall. He tries to make a transport ship, and maybe transport ship will just get the Hog on his way. Let's see how it's gonna work, if Stoneface will react.
Yeah, in the meantime, we have Castle Age from the pockets. A couple of knights forward from Dragonstar. Missing bloodlines, +1 attack, +1 armor, +2 armor for Nikov already. Missing bloodlines too. Has a couple of... whoa, that's so many archers from Stoneface. And he's up to the
Yeah,
next
but
stage.
Yeah, but ACCM kind of look for these archers as well. That's why he went for +2 armor. It should be really good. If right now he'll find these archers before the upgrade, he will just kill most of them, even with those 2/4 knights. But yeah, probably he just goes for the raid.
Yeah, there are those stone walls I really like from ACCM. However, like you said, a transport could finish the job there. But the transport cannot move forward because there are 2 hulks from ACCM.
Well, honestly, I think this is what saved Stonepley's life. If he would transport there, he would be almost instantly dead to the knights. So this is even, I would say, a very good thing for him that he's still on his base and he will wait for at least castle age upgrades. And he tries to build dock on the middle and make another transport ship, but he doesn't know that ACCM was already waiting for him there as well.
Yeah. That's really, really good reaction. Really good fight on the knights there. Dragonstar getting ahead there in those fights. However, on the water side, we kept praising Nikov how good of a build order he had, and he was much more ahead. Right now, he actually has to invest into fire ships to defend all that water, because Siskan is advancing quite nicely. Lucho lost most of the water, all of the water actually. And yeah, that will probably affect his land contribution.
Yeah, for sure. But this is some kind of advantage. So I would say he's in a similar spot to Dragonstar, where right now he is picking Bloodlines as well, which I thought he might forget earlier. So yeah, he kind of used his advantage in the defending on the water, and it's not gonna end well because for Sishan it's a little bit more. It's not a little. It's much more natural and easy for him to keep adding some navy and push Nikov to the fish. But maybe the good thing for Nikov that the fish is almost out, and at the same time he's moving his fish towards the opposite direction from the Siskan. So I think he will need to invest into water, but he will not like lose all of his economy there. He already should rely more on his land economy. And transport ship is happening.
Yeah, a lot of military here. We have 21 crossbowmen, 7 knights, almost with all the upgrades. They're getting +2. +2 attack is not that important when there's so many range units involved. But yeah, ACCM definitely has less range units. He's going to be on Nikov here to defend. And Nikov was actually planning on transporting on his own units. But yeah, he needs all of them to defend.
Exactly, and that's the point. Nikov here should be one of the players who can clean up everything here because he has berbers, cheap knights, he had the fish, quick boom as well. He needs to be very strong and very solid to spam all this cavalry. But because of this raid on the back, just because Lucha lost the water, Nikov right now needs to react on the water, and he cannot sustain all this production. He even forced to build a siege, which I think a very big win for the Darkside as well, because the only thing they're afraid here is knights, and if there will be Mangaral and Nikov base, they'll just go to the Lucho, they'll try to avoid the fights if it's not going to be possible for them to snap this Mangaral with the knights. So the position is definitely very, very good for the Darkside in that one. So let's see. And also, as I said before, I think Koreans is insane in late stage, much better than, well, not much better, but still better than Japanese. And Japanese had an edge on early stage, and they kinda didn't use that that well.
That timing, a lot of eco is shifted on land. Nikov has to do a lot of things here in a very short amount of time. He's still microing on water. Basically, now he has to invest in defending his water against a player that's his main job was to go full water. So I feel like only way of defending all of that would be to invest into a university, upgrades for his ships, all of that. He cannot really afford when he has to shift all of his eco on land and defend from all of this. It's tough.
Yeah, it is, but at the same time, I think Nikov needed to abandon water at some point. Still, he has a good land economy. It's much better to just kill all this army on the land. And for now, he tries to do like buff things. He tries to play in the water. He tries to play on the land. And at the same time, nothing works. He's lose more on the water, right? Because he takes the bad fights there. And they lose much more on the land. He's losing villagers right now. He's not ready to fight. If he will not control the Manganal perfectly, yep, it's going to be sniped. Then, as I'm saying, he's trying to do 2 things at the same time, and nothing really works good for him.
But that was a good trap. I feel like he's at least going to clean up all the knights. But now I feel like ACCM has to pull back because, yeah, okay, Nikov is going to win that fight. But he needs Nikov's remaining units, ACM that is, to take a fight against Stoneplace because right now he does have less numbers.
Yep, true, but again, this army has already done its job. They killed some villagers, they forced a lot of idle time, they forced the mangonel. Nikov had no farming space as well while losing his fish, so it's already damage been done, and even if they clean this up, it's gonna be a little bit late. Also, we can see Stoneplace controlling the middle with the turtle ship right now. They'll be about to clean the stone walls on the forward, so I would say Darkside is in an amazing position, but on the other side, we should keep in mind that Lucha was free booming for a while. He's Malay with the very fast Imperial time, and also civilizations on the right hand side probably better because Vikings and Huns are not that great in Imperial Age on that map.
Definitely. Also, we were talking about, Stoneplace being cleared up. His army is still a big issue here. There's a mangonel from Lucho, and like you said, Lucho is also trying to come back on water. He has Imperial Age, Medium Warship, all of the good upgrades in the queue. I don't think Siskan should be... Oh my god, Siskan could have clicked up a solid minute ago, but he was missing the buildings.
Well, that's not that a big deal. I think he can still sling his team maybe at some points. For example, sling for Stoneplace. I mean, there will be moments and timings where he can use his resources. For now, I think one of the most important things, which is very often like some kind of a trap, that all his units will be on the back of the opponent's islands. Already, when there is already no fish, there is nothing to take from the water. And at the same time, he needs this navy in the middle where Lucha will try to play water himself. So he kind of needs to react properly and play correctly next few minutes.
Dragonstar with docking in the middle as well. He's going to try to go both land and fight for the water in the middle. He has a fantastic eco, probably can sustain that for a while. Now I'm looking at Nikov. Nikov took a lot of damage. He's not close to click up to the next stage anytime soon.
Yeah, true. Well, he can still do camels. Again, I think civilizations for Wonders a little bit better, a little bit more flexible. So they have some tools to play from being behind here. If that would be opposite, I would almost call it a GG. But I think Wonders with these civilizations really have an opportunity to survive. Also, by the way, they have a transport ship on the top side as well. They want to transport Stoneplace archers, which could be really good there.
It's funny because those archers are the ones that were transported.
He saved them.
Yeah. Nice. Like those archers have seen the entire world, this entire map. Like they were in every single person's base.
Yeah, that's cool.
ACCM is still taking the heat. He's suffering with because of those raids from Dragonstar. +4 is coming in now. Cavalier is coming in soon, forcing the second castle from ACCM. But ACCM is at 8 military.
Yeah, and Nikov is not queuing much camels. I don't think that he can sustain the production yet. He has only 2 camels, so Dragonstar with Cavaliers, and I think he must click Paladins right away. Probably gonna destroy both players here. I don't think that even Nikov with a full camel production will be fine against the Paladins coming here, especially if Stoneplace will continue doing archers, which I think he could do in that scenario.
Nikov is still making more docks in the back to, save those fishing ships, but those fishing ships were just picked up by all the longboats. I think Siskan is going to get all the way this other side and their navies are going to meet with Stoneplace. They completely cleared up all the back of Wander's base.
Yeah, I would say that Stoneplace, it's a little bit strategical mistake that he invested that much in the water, especially on the outside part, because why he needs that? His teammate Siskan already pushed almost everything outside. He didn't need to make anything there, but at the same time, he needs to have a good archer mass from his part of the island as well, because his teammate Dragonstar going to be much more useful with the Paladins if he will get some archers on the field to help fight with the camels from Berbers. So I would say strategically, they need to have 2 players playing on the land.
Yeah, oh my god. Nikov just won't be able to... Feels like he might not be able to do anything with Imp. Like, he's on the way up to the next stage when you should be queuing a lot of units. You should be, massing a lot of, units, future Cavaliers, future heavy camels, but right now all of he's doing is reacting. A lot of idle eco. He's taking fights before his upgrades. That train of paladin is just not stopping. You still have those annoying archers. Like, that army still didn't die for 10 minutes from Stone, please.
Yeah, and GG Colt, I think there is
Yeah.
no chance also for Lucho to defend his base from the Paladins. There is also random X-bows which were there for the whole game, as you're saying, which will defend them from the camels as well. So yeah, there is particularly no chance for the Wanderers, and they call it.
Yeah. That was a good time right there to call the GG. In the meantime, Stoneplease was pushing with towers as well, kind of like trapping ACCM. And at this point, they were just straight up ignoring ACCM, which I do think is, of course, the right approach. You already did so much damage to one player, just going straight to the next one, like not, overkilling one of the enemy.
I agree. So this map was not that long as we expected, and I think
Yeah.
the main factor here was Lucho losing water that fast. Well, I think this is one of the main factors here. Also, SCCM was significantly behind on the archer numbers. I guess this is the part of investing into walls, but at the same time, I think you could maybe go for a little bit more units.
It's this way in team games, right? If your flanks basically manage to keep the pocket safe, maybe potentially even doing some damage to the opponent's pocket, that's even extra bonus points, which was the case with, Siskan putting so much pressure on Nikov's backfish already, while Stoneplease was pushing on his side. That gave so much time to Dragonstar to basically overcome the Civ advantage that, disadvantage, maybe, for Hans.
Oh, it's an advantage for Berbers.
Yeah. And yeah, really, really well played from Darkside. Had a
Yeah, I agree. They did really good teamwork with the Stone Police, with these archers and the transport ship there. I think that was not that significant for the game result, but besides that, I think that's really good small detail which they implement in their team game. Which shows why Darkside in Division 1, even though, as I said before, they are mostly 1v1 players, but not team game player. I mean, they didn't play much together before the tournament, I believe. Yep, very well played.
Yeah, and one thing here that I realized that, okay, I asked chat for this, but I didn't ask you. Do you have predictions for this set? Because everyone was saying that, Wonders 3-1, Wonders 4-0, and we see Darkside opening with a fantastic game number 1 here.
Yeah, I agree. That was really good one, and also they show that their preparation is on point. Yeah, it's hard to predict. I think Wanderers is in very good shape. I know that they practiced a lot, so of course I would predict that Wanderers gonna win the set. But at the same time, for now, as I said in the start as well, that every team is on very high level. Everyone plays insane, and we don't have any. Even if at some point team gonna lose 4-0, that doesn't mean that next set they cannot win 4-0 against similar opponents, because there is a lot of small details and everything. If you give the opponents just one chance, they will probably use it. So score can go either way. I think it's not the best idea to try to predict an exact score in nowadays Age of Empires team game tournament.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, as for the next map, we don't have one yet. Let me just pop my head into their scheduling channel to see.
Yep. Well, Wanderers were guests in the draft, so they chose the first map. They picked one of their home maps. Crescent was one of their home maps, so they kind of stuck on only one home map. It's fortified clearing. So from how I know the players, I think there is a high chance that they're gonna pick their home map and try to get the win on this one first, to boost their confidence as well.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Maybe time to mix it up with a close one. If we do one water, one closed.
Yeah, exactly. If water didn't go well, let's go for the land one. That can be the plan. Or also they may be gonna try something without a map which they didn't plan to play with the Sebastian, where Sebastian is the substitute. So because I guess his internet didn't fix yet.
Yeah. Yep. Let me see. Oh, I see TL Menindi. Menindi is not in in the
Mhm.
draft, however, they're going to have to switch it up. Okay.
Yeah, I guess they changed the host as well, so that's why his map
Yeah.
was picked before. So we kind of watched in the Wonders preparation there. They practiced Meninda. Yeah.
Giving you free insight here with this set.
Actually, Meninda was not in the band, so they were free to pick it instead of Crescent. Could save their day. What a bad pick, Crescent, right?
Now let me just take a look here because yeah, Capybaras had a buy in round 2. You guys are
Mm-hmm.
going to play versus Tag. How do you feel
Yeah, we're
about
gonna
that?
play. Yeah, we're gonna plan this week. There's a Stag and Zalt.
Yep.
Well, Tag showed a very good performance. They won against Vitality 3-1, then they won 4-0 their match against actually Darkside, who we are watching now. So yeah, they showed very solid gameplay. We are preparing seriously, but confidently as well. So let's see how it goes.
That's actually nice to hear, and it's funny because you were saying that okay, you guys wouldn't mind all the attention of being at the top. Well, Tag is ranked number
Mm.
1 right now, so you
Yeah,
guys
exactly.
have to go straight for the kill. I think that's going to be a fantastic matchup. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope we're gonna wanna get very good games, and I hope that will show much better performance than they.
Well, we'll see. Continuing with this set, we're going to have apparently fortified clearing. ACCM is still going to be in the roster for Wonders. Apparently, probably Sebastian still has quite a lot of internet issues. And yeah, we're alternating with a closed one.
Hmm. Well, let's see. I think Darkside maybe even picked Arena for in one of their sets as a home maps, if I'm not mistaken. So in general, I think they should be really familiar with closed maps as well. Also, I think like Dragonstar and well, mostly Dragonstar. I think he's more like strategy player compared to Stoneplace and Siskan, who for me personally, I see more like micro players, like very good with the execution. So I think Dragonstar with his ideas should be really prepared for Arena as well. Well, I mean, Fortified Clearing, it's kind of similar.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe not on the flank. I have seen a lot of matches where going early aggression in Feudal Age on the flank paid off.
Mm-hmm.
It might get enough reaction from the flanks and possibly even from the pocket if you're going deep enough into the opponents.
Uh, yeah, for sure. Well, it's one of my main strategies in Arena. I know some people call it Vinch Rush, where you forward and feudal, even against stone walls. So it's of course the possibility even here because you have a palisade walls on the back. Yeah, it's definitely one of the plays. Actually, I like that map. I think there is a lot of different possibilities, and a palisade wall on the back makes it, I would say, just perfect for making the choice of the strategies complicated, and it's not only about the strategy but execution as well. So there is no something like this is going to be much better or this is going to be much better. Everything is possible, and that's very good.
Yeah, yeah. I think I see 6 players. I think they're getting ready to start.
Mm-hmm. Do you
Yeah.
know the tips already?
Not yet, not yet. Still hidden,
Ay, ay, ay.
but yeah, they're getting maybe still strategizing a tiny bit.
Okay, let's see what we have. I think there are Turks open for Wonders. Should be one of the tips. I don't like this is relatively good arena TIF, close map TIF. Well, they could maybe in some world pick for Crescent, but it didn't happen.
But I think they're a very good flanks for Black Forest too.
Oh yeah, true. I kind of stopped thinking about Black Forest. You're actually very right here. Yeah, same like Mongols can be anywhere.
And that was a thing that I thought about when we were discussing flanks for Crescent and migration, and we were talking about Kells. Oh my god, Black Forest, Kells Pocket. Wait a minute.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Probably on the left, that's actually gonna happen. But yeah, also I think Kelson, some other maps like on water maps, especially we could see that in 1v1s they destroy. So this is kind of implementing in team games as well. So I think Kels is very dangerous on the hybrid and water maps. So sometimes can be even higher than Black Forest, maybe, if you want to get some BBCs in the pocket as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would guess on Fortified Clearing, it's gonna be... Yeah, well, it's kind of hard. They have two pockets, good pockets as well. Way in Hindustani, they have Teodons.
You think they're going to stack maybe Armenians and Byzantines for monk rushes, maybe?
No, I don't think that you want to rely on the monk rushes when you see Teodons in your opponents. There is always chance for them to be in the map as well, especially on Fortified Clearing. And that means that your monk rushes, especially if you play like with the two thieves, is not the best. Yeah, on the left, I would say it should be Spanish. Armenians, Byzantines for the migration. Now we kind of know that, I believe.
Yeah.
Incas for the migration as well. I would say something like Spanish, Vietnamese, Magyars for the
Close.
Fortified Clearing.
Close. 2 out of 3 is going to be Gurjaras instead of Magyars. But you were right about Spanish and Vietnamese.
That's nice. Gurjara pocket. There is a lot of potential. I like it.
And from the opponents, Wei, Lithuanians, and Shu, actually.
That's interesting. I would assume they pick Lithuanians for BF, honestly, because this is very good. Well, both pocket and flank thief on BF. Well, it's 50-50. I know it's depending on how you want to play it. I have different... I mean, I have other people responsible in my team for BF. I have a little bit better players on that map. But from my POV, I think Lithuanians are very good for BF. I expected them to pick it there.
Yeah. I expect Nikov to go with something super aggressive here with Shu. Now, I might be wrong. Or, actually, I'm not sure. Could try some sort of fast castle into siege rush as well.
Yeah, true. Well, Shun, in general, I think very well balanced if you can play flexible. You have very good, as you mentioned, siege plays with the fast castles. Also very good defense. Also relatively good imperial stage for the team game, because you kind of the arbalest with extra DPS with very good traction traps, which is probably improved version of bomber cannons, kind of similar idea to Bohemians. So Shu should be very solid, especially with Lithuanians on the pocket. Very imp-oriented civilization as well. Way is great. They have kind of full pack of traction traps on the side. The only question will be how they're gonna match Spanish on the field in case if he'll get to the conquistadors.
Yeah, and that's a good question. Let's see, we have the game starting already. Spanish is actually going to matching Shu. So my first thought here to reply to that question is that, like I said, you have to go aggressive, try to do as much damage as possible. Maybe try. Stone is in the back, of course. We see all of this. They don't know that, but Stone could be pressured by, I don't know, towers, archers pushing into Siskan's base.
Yeah, true. That's actually a very good small detail that Nikov ran straight away to the to his flank with the scout to check who he gonna play against. So I think knowing the position who gonna play against Spanish, gonna decide their plans on the flanks as well. So they have that in mind, that Spanish is very dangerous in case if you let them play straight to the conks without any pressure. So they know that as well. And let's see how Nikov gonna react to this.
Yeah. Well, Nikov knows exactly who is he facing. They have Vietnamese. Speaking of them, they are playing on the other side against the Wei. Feel like that's also a very interesting matchup for me. I would assume that Stone Police might want to get to Rotan production But as I'm saying that, he's putting down the barracks, so never mind.
Yeah, he's gonna play aggressive. Well, with 4 on wood, that's interesting what he will do here, because usually you get less villagers on wood if you want to go for some kind of aggressive just archer plays. But at the same time, yeah, this matchup is good. I would say it's more in favor of Wei, because they can go for Tiger Calf, which kind of shut down all the Vietnamese range units play, so they kind of forced into Fire Lancers, which are great, but maybe not that great in some situations for team games. But yeah, actually, maybe I'm wrong, because Tiger Calf not a good synergy with the Lithuanians as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's a discussion for later on to see how things progress early on, and well, how will they stack? It's probably it's usually 1v1 on one side and 2v2 on the other, but we might have mixed.
Yeah, for sure. I would say that in 3v3 it's never... Well, sometimes it's like that, but most of the time still pockets have an eye on the both flanks, and especially if they play with cavalry, then there is always potential to... Like, you cannot play... Even if you say that 1v1, you cannot play something like skirms, for example, because you know that in that scenario there will always be some cavalry from the pocket, for example. So as we can see now, everyone except Spanish goes for feudal age, mostly at the same time. So... should be a lot of pressure, and just Spanish tries, yeah, his goes on stone. It's gonna be play for the castle drop at some point.
Lucho with his scout forward, he's going to know what's up. Got a tiny bit of a hit from the militias as well, and an uphill hit from the opponent's scout. So yeah, that scout just has to run back. He's panicking a bit. He was planning on sending a lot of vills forward. Now he's sending them back to berries. He's going to be under pressure here from Stone, please.
Well, yeah, I think on paper he just wanted to play aggressive with the forward, but now he sees that his opponent plays feudal, so there is no reason for him to play any forward units already. And I'm a little bit curious what Nikov gonna do, because for now he just builds the range. It's gonna be the standard archers from his base, so he'll never be in time without forward to pressure Sis Khan, and it's gonna be really interesting to see how it's gonna work on the other side.
I honestly expected that it's going to be something like a double range forward against Spanish. I don't know. Like you say, those archers will be quite slow. And yeah, I don't think they're going to be in time. Siskan is already up to the next stage, already with 300 stone in his bank.
Yeah, for sure. There is nothing gonna deny his castle. Like, he can place also Market Blacksmith. His wall's gonna be more HP. I don't know why Nikov and ACCM is not trying to take down the gates or anything, for example.
Yeah, there's the scouts were just in the middle for a while, but now we see a tower war here. A tower in defense from Lucho gets a couple of good hits on the men-at-arms, but the good things for Stone, please, is that he has 3 villagers on stone, so he can just start pressuring another side or start building another tower. Lucho has actually, yeah.
Same for Lucho as well. Yeah, I like his choice. He decided to just defend with the towers without any barracks or range unit, which is solid, because with Wei he will get a villager for every economy upgrade. He also had no loom, so even for now he has 2 villager advantage over Stone Place, which I would say his position is good. He didn't invest into men-at-arms. I don't think that Pocket at any point will be afraid of these men-at-arms as well. So the position and reaction from Lucho was actually quite good here.
Absolutely, and I think he's going to end up maybe even shooting that tower down as well.
Oh yeah, and on the other side, Sishan is going for the tower. Oh no, I don't like that choice. He just, I don't know why he goes for it.
I think
He could be in time with getting stone.
I think it's an overreaction. I feel like, well, he definitely saw the villager attacking, so he's basically preemptively stopping that tower from denying his stone. But yeah, I mean, it did seem like a slight overreaction. I guess better safe than sorry. Not
Well, he's still 1 minute away from Castle Edge, and there could be a potential that the enemy units is going in, but for now he just shredded a stone. He potentially needs now another tower on the left because he's not in time to get the castle yet. And the tower from Nikov gonna be much more efficient because there will be archers inside. I like actually what Nikov is doing. I don't think that I like this strategy and would do it if I would be him, with the late villagers with the archers. But in general that works quite well, and the tower from Sishan is a good indicator that he will make necessary damage.
Oh, that's such a good move from Lucho on the other side. By the way, there's no archers here really available to kind of like shoot the vills from a distance, and that was a wasted tower for Stone, please.
Yeah, very good defense from Lucho. He has much better economy, even against Vietnamese. He has more vills. There is a potential for even more vills advantage for him. And he is on stone naturally, so as I said before, he will be possible to play Tiger Calf. Even consider there is not best synergy with Lithuanians, it's still a very powerful unit.
Yeah, it turns out that Siskan on the other side was definitely in time. Castle's going up, is going to kill the forward tower, and Nikov is actually going to try to do some damage to Dragonstar, but Dragonstar is already up to the next stage, and he's gonna have TCs in defense.
Oh, he even queuing some Sri Vamshi. Amazing choice.
Yes, and he's planning on pushing Lucho, though. Do we like this, though?
He has the stable. That's good, because usually you want to have light caps with you in the middle, because he knows that his opponent ACCM gonna go for light caps. It's a little bit dangerous, and for now he kind of trying to do again everything. He makes some Shri Vamsha to clean up the back. At the same time, he needs to get camels on the forward, so at least that works. And he queue ups the scorpions. Not sure about scorpions. I would probably go for 2 LS first, and then try to get some camels there, and then there is no unit to stop you, right? Because Lucho has no units. Oh, Lucho's going for the barrack. That's interesting.
What I think he wants to probably go with the range. Oh, and a couple of Chambés. That's usually the unit choice. But my point was here when I was asking if we like that. I feel like there's 2 players investing onto doing a lot of damage to Lucho, while ACCM has Lykev and Monks to control the middle and try to go for a couple of relics. I meant, sorry. Sorry. And he's already putting up his second DC, so feels like this might be, the pocket could get a lot of advantage.
Well, team game is always like trading something into something. So here they basically try to invest from 2 players a little bit to get more damage on the one, and then we play 2 versus 1 against ACCM. So it's not like I don't think that ideologically something is wrong here with what Darkside is doing. The only thing I don't like that again, Dragonstar was forced to do their reaction, and there is not enough units to protect his forward. Now Wanderers knows about the forward.
Yeah, and good snipe on the monk, and well, Dragonstar is going to take that relic. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, still they killed the units from ACCM, which is very good, because now there is no light caps to snipe anything from the Dragonstar. But what also they are kind of missed, Lucho is in Castle Edge right now, so he's in time with making some siege. His walls has more HP, so with all this they kind of missed the key timing where they could pressure Lucho really hard. But it's still not gonna be easy for him to defend.
It's not gonna be easy, especially because Stoneplease got in at the back as well, so it's a tiny bit annoying here that there's a tower force that, yeah, Mangonel's out. It's all a lot to defend against. Now Siskan is here with his conquistadors as well, so they're literally 3v1ing Lucho, but my point still stands, because it's going to be tough for Lucho, but if he manages to not take too much damage, I feel like the advantage that ACCM and maybe even Nikov are going to gain is precious.
Maybe, but it's not taking too much damage. It's about being defeated or not being defeated.
Yeah.
And now he's really doing a good job with saving the Mangonel, and I think
Yeah.
Darkside, terrible micro, very good micro from Lucio, but Mangonel is down, he has no botkin arrow yet, he's only on fletching, so this TC does not make, and Xian base didn't really damage that much, so TC will be probably down, and villagers will be die from Scorpions as well. Darkside should be pushing that really effectively.
Oh my god, even the archers from Stoneplace are diving in here. TC is down. It's so annoying to defend from those armored elephants. They do 30% extra damage as well. So, like, you basically don't have time to mass mangonels or to attack them with anything. They're just going to melt buildings.
Nikov just arrived on the back. That meant that he kind of invested in the X-bow mass, into the upgrades as well. Now Kongs kind of blocked the Mangonel. Yeah, very good control from the Darkside, except losing the Scorpions. That's actually quite important. And ACCM didn't focus the second Scorp. And didn't kill the Monk either. Maybe not a big deal. Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. Like, there's 33 villagers on a couple of tiles. And in the towers here, Vinch, Lucio might be defeated here.
Actually, yeah, I didn't realize that. That's the only build he has, yeah. That's a big deal. Oh, very nice shot on the elephants. If not it, then elephants would stay there to take more buildings. But I think this is the point where we will see if Darkside is has the patience and patient enough, because Lucha is anyway out of the game. For now, they need to stop losing that many units and investing into just trying to finish these 30 villagers. This is not that important. For now, they need to get Dragonstar Stonefleece on the good economy, and they will definitely find some units to counter ACCM, because again, what he can go for, usually it's stables and cavalry from Lithuanians, and without any support, Dragonstar with the camels will be able to stop this. And support units from Stonefleece and Siskan is very good as well. They have Conquistadors and they have very, very good range units from Stonefleece. Or it can be even Lancers, as I pointed out before. ACCM solo cannot really carry this game. He needs his units from the teammates.
Yeah, and the thing is, now he's going to take all the heat. All of that military is going straight for his base. Lucho it's going to be a long time for him to recover here. He's just building now. He's basically out of the game for a long time now. Yeah, it's going to be on Nikov and ACCM. Nikov could potentially pick up on some, Conquistadors reinforcements, but he has to run back because Stonefleece is there as well, and his archers are actually so low HP.
Yeah, I think Nikov almost didn't lose any unit in that game, right? KD, he lost only 7 unit, killed 13, so I think his KD on the archers is quite good, but yeah, the downside of that they are low HP. Yeah, they are a little bit lack of armored elephant, and also there is a big issue for Nikov that right now they kind of lost the position. Nikov was pushed towards his base, and it's going to be really hard to defend on ACCM base because Darkside has the mobility with the Conquistadors and Camels. So at any point, if Nikov comes close, they just try to 2v1 him and then fight with ACCM as well. So it's really hard to find a good position now with these crossbows.
Yeah, I agree, especially with the Scorpions being there as well. Armored Elephant are slow, but they are getting here. I don't like that he's splitting them. Okay, no. For a second, I thought he's gonna go for the gate.
Yep. Yeah, Armored Elephant a little bit not in the position, and I think that's exactly the moment where I think Darkside should not try to finish the game in Castle Age. They can still maintain some unit production, but I think that's the point where Dragonstar should make 4th TC, where Stonefleece should a little bit forget about the Archer production. They just need to get to the Imp. I think in early Imperial Age, 3 versus 2, they will just destroy everyone, and everything what Lucha is boomed gonna be lost. Will be lost in just a couple of minutes as well. But they still actually... Oh, actually, yeah, Stoneplace is raiding him really well with a couple of units.
Yeah. He denied the market, denied the second TC. I was just about to say, I think Stoneplace is playing really, really well. And he's on 3 TCs behind this.
Yep.
A lot of military on the field from Darkside. Team Wonders has is trying to match all of those, but most of them are the crossbowmen from Nikov. And now there's a moment where they could be pitching on some of the HP, from Siskan.
Yes, this kind of tries to micro. I think that's a good fight. In general, for now, Wanderers got the advantage. Not advantage. Their comeback mechanic is that they have very good synergy with a lot of archers and a lot of knights from ACCM. This is a very good classic composition. But if there is any mistakes and Nikov lose their archers, then ACCM, even if he would have like Imperial units, or a lot of knights, it's still not gonna work against Gurjara camels. So they kind of need to play together, and they need to start gaining, like killing the enemy army at some point.
Yeah, they forced a lot of investment here in military from Team Wonders, and now Team Wonders is kind of pushing all of that. An annoying military come from Darkside is pushing them back. However, it's like you said, Dragonstar kind of stopped investing. He's just going to fall back. He's putting down a 50C outside, and I think his eco is just going to explode now.
Yeah, he will definitely match ACCM, but what also a big problem for Darkside is their economy tech. I think they could, like, Vietnamese should be on the handcart already. They both, I mean, Spanish and Gurjara missing the Boso, heavy plow, and this is a big deal here. They are not exploding economically at that point, just because they didn't get this eco tech. And the game for ACCM is very smooth right now. And as I said, while once archers from Nikov are alive, and he actually clicks imp as well with a decent economy, if he will be able to maintain the archer production, then the composition will be good enough for them to come back into the game and just play to their sus3 at some point.
Yeah, for now, Lucho is going to put a defensive castle at the front. I like that because looking at the map, it seems like Stonewall is starting to starting to stonewall the back of the map, and he's probably going to start focusing in the middle, putting some outposts in the front of his base, probably planning on the castle to maybe go on that hill if possible in front of his gate in the middle. Otherwise, just, you know, defensively, he can't risk anything. He has imp on the way. He shouldn't, you know, just pull risky moves. He should wait for his upgrades, and yeah, that timing should be good on that side.
Oh, by the way, there is a big fight in the middle right now. These archers can be killed just before Imperial Age. If they will switch to the archers, they should kill it. They should kill there. Go together, send the camels as well.
Yeah, tiny bit of a miscommunication there between Dragonstar and Siskan.
Actually, Kongs is about to be catched there. Maybe I was wrong.
They could try to go, you know, in a choke point here against ACCM's knights, but, well, Dinkov is coming there with his crossbowmen. They're gonna run away. Mobility is important.
Well, there is a chance. ACCM has villagers on the bottom. He needs to wall this. He needs to wall this quickly. He can wall even the whole passage from the middle trees to the Lucho base. Yes, and he's doing this right now. Stone gates, and then a little bit more walls on the bottom.
Almost.
Nice, good job from ACCM.
Issue is that almost all the knights are gone though, and maybe even a conversion. Now they can use their mobility technically to run away from the crossbowman.
Well, for now, is the issue that Lucho will never participate in the game, and I think this is what Stoneply should be care of. He just needs, with disadvantage, play on the bottom. I would even play a solo from him. He controls very important corner for the trade as game goes later on. Also, they have Spanish in the team, which we didn't mention before, the trade bonus. So I would say the game still should be in a very good spot for Darkside team. But I think Stoneply maybe can play from the Lucho side and try to just finish him off and just push from there.
He's already denying a castle, Vinch. He's already denying a castle that Vinch was a tiny bit too ambitious with. Also, I gotta say that it seems that with all those castles in the middle, ACCM is planning on the latest. And like you said, without Lucho's contribution here, I'm not even sure about the latest because they have one less pierce armor. So, yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Well, latest in general is very solid unit, so I don't. It's hard for me to judge if it's gonna be better to go just straight paladins. But for now, Nikov is pushing very convincingly, and the bad point for for Darkside team that Dragonstar cannot really help there with the camels. And I don't think that going Sri Ramsha gonna help as well. So they kind of need Sishan to use his rebuilding ability, and he was already doing ranges on the back. The good thing here that they can go for Imperial Skirmishers, even with Spanish, which can be very solid against Shu in general.
Yeah, I was kind of judging the ladies dying to the Arbalest at the front, but the ladies are actually starting to raid Stoneplace at the back, deny the castle. Look at Lucho. We said Lucho has no contribution. He has 2 battering rams, Vinch.
And very good healthy economy as well. If we are not kidding that much, he has a good economy as well.
Yeah.
I think he might come back in the game very soon.
Yeah, he's actually investing into a couple of tiger caps to push from that side. Camels. Heavy camels from Gujaras are switching onto this side though to deal with the ladies, and Stoneplace went to try to maybe help Siskan on the other side, but it's just too big of a force from Nikov.
I think that might be a strategic mistake from the Darkside team. I think Stoneplace needed to play again a little bit more selfish. Actually, castle was almost down. I think villagers came in the last second to save that castle on the bottom, but I think it's a little strategic mistake. He needed to be more solo oriented and just go for maybe even helps, but I mean these Fire Lancers could be much better unit there. Just Fire Lancer, Bomber Cannon, push there, just make sure that ACCM will never be able to help on that side, and just try to roll down Lucho base and go to ACCM, being always a threat. But now, once he's playing with the archers there, Dragonstar is a little bit forced to play with him on that side, which is not ideal. He needed to focus more to, I don't know, play with the Sishan at some point, because now Sishan, okay, he's going for CA. Wow.
Yeah, heavy CA, and it's there's a lot of things to be addressed here. Nikov just got Bull Magazine, so he's going to have extra projectiles on those Arbalesters, and that's going to be important, because I do think that you were right for the Imskirm choice there, going heavy CA. It's nice and everything, but they lack Partian tactics, so they lack more pierce armor, which will be important against those Arbalesters, which will have an extra range on the CA as well. So this army can still not be addressed.
Yeah, it's really hard to find that. I agree with you. But well, Nikov actually had only 50 Arbalest. I think that's a lot, but not too much. So once they figure out the answer for this, they can be in a fine spot. I think now the biggest issue for Wonders is the trade route. If Sishan will continue playing towards the corner, which I think he should play, then if Darkside stabilize with the Spanish trade and a better map control on the corners, I think they might have a good position. But they need to find the answer to Nikov.
The raids and there's so many things happening right now. ACCM is raiding Siskan to that. Score is switching back and forth like crazy. There's a lot of pressure by Nikov on Dragonstar, and in the meantime Stoneplace is pushing on both fronts, both ACCM in the middle and Lucho's base from the back.
Yeah, and look at the Dragonstar camels. They are now coming to the Arbalest on the Nikov, while Stoneplace is starting to be killed by the ladies on the front. They need to decide. I think if in that situation, they would just pause the game and think for 1 minute and talk about the strategy.
Yeah.
They would win this game 10 out of 10. They just need to, I don't know, stop for a minute and decide what do they do. I think Stoneplace playing archers is just make no sense. Or if he plays archers, just maybe Stoneplace could be the guy who would help against Nikov as well.
Yeah, there is just too many things to focus on. There's, like you said, they need. Oh, also Dragonstar raiding the back of ACCM's base. Score is still switching. There's just too many points of focus, and in the meantime, they haven't started the trade. But Dragonstar is starting to run low on gold. He needs gold to start a trade to begin with as well. And right now I see Lycav being added. That's not gonna do wonders against Heavy CA and Bold Magazine Arbalesters.
Well, let's see how CA performs. They're still gonna trade against this army, kill at least some units there, which is nice. What are resources for Nikov? Yeah, he has not a lot of gold either. I guess they're about to get the trade. have a lot of markets, but it didn't go yet.
Yeah, that's in the meantime there was a Halb addition from ACCM in defense as well, which is really good. He already has tower shields. And we have the Liu Bei, the hero from Nikov.
I guess this one is healing, right?
I always confuse them, but yeah, you are correct. Yeah, this one heals all the units around.
And so Nikov lost most of the Arbalist in front, and now Darkside is playing all together there in the middle. So they kind of stop the push. They will get the trade, probably. They will start queuing that. And I would say their position is great. Again, I think the worst thing happening here is Stoneplace is not on the Barrack unit. It can be the help or it can be their Firelancer. Because he's constantly getting out pushed by the ACCM with the helps and ladies. He just need to find the answer for this.
I absolutely love the Rattan Archer addition there. And it seems like Stoneplace helping with a couple of bomber cannons, with a couple of Rattans, Arbalaster comp is at least managing to put a pause on this very, very heavy push that Nikov was doing here.
Yeah, well, that definitely helps here, but it doesn't help them to push. In the meantime, they lose the pressure on the pressure on Lucho. They lose 2 castles for Stoneplace in the center. They lost 1 castle before, and now he switched deck to the Rattan Archers, and he has only 2 castles.
Yeah.
That's why I think still Barrack unit could be very helpful. And well, CA actually did fine with the Dragonstar Micro against the Arbalists before. And well, there is always a potential for skirms here. He techs into skirms now. I think he keeps that them in mind.
Yeah, because it's an advantage for them, right? You have Shu just switching into elite skirms. Well, against a team that has Vietnamese, gonna be tough.
Yeah, well, for Nikov, I don't think that he will be heavily playing skirms. It's just for a meantime while he's setting up the trade. But actually, I see both of the teams build the market, but they don't queue up a lot of trade. Only now Dragonstar actually got some trade cards in the queue. So eventually they should get the trade. But again, it's a little bit painful for me to watch on the bottom that Stoneplace getting pushed from ACCM when he could potentially get into helps. Oh, he actually makes Calibarn in armor. I guess he wants to play elephants at some point. That's really good. And well, yeah, ACCM is doing a good job defending Lucha on the bottom.
Yeah, there's a big fight at the top though. It seems like those bunch of hussars queued up from Dragonstar are just acting like a meat shield, pushing. There's 3 armies here, Vinch. 3 armies to deal with Nikov's push, and they are going to push him back.
Yeah, ACCM is just now arriving with the helps, but I guess Hussar is never an issue for Nikov. It's more about Skirm, CA, now even Rattan Archers. So it's going to be really hard to play in that area now without ladies. But actually, ACCM got 35 ladies in the queue. So it's just about time when they get very strong unit on the field at that spot. Dragonstar must be ready with the camels.
Yeah, absolutely. And how are things looking like for his trade? Well, he's queuing up trade. His trade, I think, might be paying off in time. I don't know how the market prices are looking right now. Quite bad, I'd say, at this point. But yeah.
Yeah, I think what they need to do, like Sishan needs to realize that there is they are not walled on the top side. Their corner is not completely walled, so he needs to use his CA to fight there. That would win huge amount of time for Darkside, and also killing the early trade is very good. Also, they just need to wait a little bit for their trade to kick in. And well, Stoneplace is slowly switching into elephants, but again, he should not play defensive in that corner. He must play offensive while Lucha is out of the game. He kind of waited till the Lucha is almost back to the game. He has trade. He has 120 villagers already. So there will be a point where they're gonna play 3v3.
It's just, yeah, the bonus damage from the camels against the ladies paying off here. A nice job in the back for Dragonstar to stop that and kill all the ladies. It's paying off because Frontier Guards definitely doesn't pay off against ladies.
Well, but still, camels should shred the ladies. There is actually a fun thing that Sishan probably forgot about Imperial Skirm tech. He didn't really get it yet.
True. ACCM is adding in a couple of winged hussars of his own with the massive ladies he has. Big fights in Siskan's base, but Siskan is fine. Look at how much eco he has behind.
Yeah, exactly. And oh, he just now clipped it. Yeah, nice. They get in trades. They're slowly getting trades.
Yeah, that's good. In the meantime, while Nikov is trying for his life and soul to finish up that wall, yeah, they're fine. Lucho straight is actually pathing through there. Wait, what? I guess
That's weird.
that's the shortest route to try to go to the middle, especially because his Khan's walls are open.
I think it's because of the bottom market. Yeah, and
Yeah.
oh yeah, he's losing all the trade. That's a little bit painful for him. Well, again, I think the game will go towards the later stages. I don't see how Darkside, how either of the team gonna push very quick. And I think if Darkside switches a little bit and Dragonstar plays Elephant Archers and Siskan gets to the Paladin at some point, I think their civilizations must be much better, especially with the Spanish trade. So again, I think they just need to take some more correct strategic mistakes at that point, and they should be in a very good spot.
Yeah, I agree. Gonna be tough here for Nikov to hold, but yeah, I mean ACCM is on that side. I'm not even sure what Lucho is doing. Lucho is trying to push through the middle. He's gonna have a tiny bit of a tough time pushing into elephants. Does he have the unique tech on them? He does.
Which tech did you mean? Ah, unique tech on the elephants?
Yeah, to give them extra HP.
Yeah.
He does. But the elephants are going to the top as well. Everyone's wants a part of the big fight, apparently.
Exactly.
And there's just so many scrims. I wonder if Tiger Cavalry wouldn't be better here for Lucho, but I see 0 castles from him right now.
Yeah, I would just say the similar idea here. You have 2 players. Stone Police right now on the camels. There is a Dragonstar who plays on the cavalry. If I would be Lucha, I would just set up helps and traction trap push somewhere on the bottom. He can also cut the trees. Well, even in the middle, but I would just try to get the units which is harder for my opponents to kill. Like this Xianbei, maybe that's a good unit, but everything what the opponent team is doing, it's both elephants and camels. Both of these units are very good against Xianbei. Yeah, he actually already has the tech into helps. I think that's a correct choice here, and he just needs to set up the push here, because his unit's not going to contribute that much on the top.
Yeah, Castle went up as well. He was missing the stone, but he had like 20 on stone, which will probably secure the push. Paladin for ACCM, he feels the need to go into something more heavily armored. He's asking for wood. Nikov could send something from the 10k he was floating.
They finally started to ask resources.
Yeah, getting things started here. Really nice eco setup for Lucho, all in all, and he's 200 pop.
For sure, and 30 trade, that's more than ACCM. Actually, I think that's some kind of the mistake. ACCM has only 20 trade cards. That's not enough for the cavalry player. He definitely will need more to sustain the paladin production. Maybe he will get some slink from the teammates as well. But yeah, it's possible. Yeah, Lucha is reaching into Tiger Calf. Hard to say. I don't like that choice that much.
He heard me. He's getting elite Tiger Cap as well. Wait, a Dragonstar was trying to raid a tiny bit the trade as well. He had some random camels in the back of them, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like if Siskan could get a massive CA and get those CA into the trade route, that could be...
Yeah, for sure. But again, I think it's always there. Paladins could be a very good addition for them. Well, at least I think so. In the end, you don't want to play Imperial Skirm, especially with the Spanish trade, right? So it can be like even CA Paladin from the Siskan in the correct proportion. Well, you already have elephants. I don't know, I would think about Elephant Archer from the Dragonstar, and actually he's building the ranges. Yeah, I think he will make the switch. Yeah, he's doing it right now.
Yeah, Elite Elephant Archers in the queue. What do we have here? Mingguang armor. For Lucho, And Coiled Serpent army for Nikov. Is he adding... oh, he's adding elite white feather guards.
Yeah, I think they might be really good here because there is elephants, there is camels, there is potential paladins or sea, there is a lot of cavalry unit for his opponents, and in general that unit is not bad at all.
Dragons are building more siege workshops in the middle. In the south, I think he's going to start pushing this, but there's a lot of halberdiers from both Lucho and ACCM there.
Well, of course you can get them out of guard at some point, but yeah, I would just focus on maintaining the main DPS unit production, because they kinda, like, well, they are tech switching. They don't have that much unit on the field. But yeah, I mean, Vietnamese elephants plus Gurjara elephant archer plus anything from Spanish, can be BBT, can be paladins, can be CA. Everything is very, very strong compositions. So if at some point they get to 200 pop with all these units, it's gonna be really tricky to play against.
Yeah, 110 gold for Wander Street against 144 for the team with the Spanish. So yeah, definitely would probably like to see Paladin switch here from Siskan. For now, CA seem to be doing the work, but again, like, them missing Partian tactics is less pierce armor against the Arbalesters and less bonus damage to the halbs.
Yeah, true.
So it's
well, maybe even at some point he could. Well, going Kong's probably hard here. He needs the stone to buy stone for the BBT, I believe. But yeah, just switching into paladins maybe could be a good choice. But well, maybe even CA is fine in the end. They just need the DPS. Elephant Archer mass is not there yet.
A lot of house here from the bottom for Lucho. His trade is still very weird, I feel like, because of he's trading with the market at the bottom. Could be...
Well, for now, if it's not going on the left side direction, then it maybe even give him more gold, so that's fine. He could even build it a little bit further in the same area.
Yeah, for more gold, true. Crop rotation coming in, Vish. They're getting ready for the long game.
Yeah, from the both teams, both Dragons and ACCM gets that.
In the meantime, Lucho is pushing the middle.
And finally there is some CA, sorry to interrupt you, some CA maybe will go to the trade from Siskan. This is actually one of the win conditions for them.
Yeah.
They will find that way.
I was talking about that earlier. I think, well, I think it's quite clear that getting a massive range units and to just like one-shot those trade cards, that would be fantastic. Paladins are also going to kind of struggle to keep up with all of those, but if the Paladins are chasing, that means you kind of have to control those CA to just hit and run all the trade, get as much damage done as possible.
Yeah, and well, for now, army numbers much bigger for Wonders right now. Yes, they do a little bit cheaper units, like a lot of halps, crossbow, arbalets. Usually you need a bigger mass compared to, let's say, elephant archers. But at the same time, with the Spanish trade on the left, in the end, they will get the numbers, and it's going to be really hard to play for Wonders. I think even now, Nikov is already getting pushed in the middle, which is probably beginning of the end, because once they push that spot, they'll be able to push to the top corner, which is the trade road.
Definitely nice stop there on the push. He did end up losing the castle though, so I mean, they're kind of starting to take control over what was initially Siskan's initial base.
Oh, there is Lucho's trying to get the raid, and is there a hole? No, there is not. Okay, it's on the left side of the Siskan base, and this unit is a little bit trapped there.
Yeah. Okay. Now that my chat is telling me that I had the wrong division in Capture Age, I will change that after this game. It's not the most important right now. I was casting Division 2 yesterday, so that's why it's Division 2 at the top. My bad. I'll change that in between the games.
They are playing like Division 2. So many mistakes. Come on.
hey. Keep coming in for Stone, please. Usually, I'm not the biggest fan of Vietnamese investing in towers and going forward. I was about to mention this when we were looking at how easily his castles were being pushed back. It's missing all the upgrades from the uni in terms of HP. He is getting hoardings, but yeah.
I think Lucha is he got a lot of units on the bottom side of the map, like in the middle, halves, all the units, and I don't think that they are contributing much in the fights in the middle. Also their economy, I mean Wander's economy, much less population invested, so I think at some point they might be out of rest. Like even now you can see that they struggle on gold.
Oh, Fire Lancer transition from
Finally,
let's go. Like all of those tiger calves are going to be dealing with all of that. One good thing from Lucho is that he cleared up everything here in the middle from
yeah, there were a lot of buildings. I agree.
So that's quite nice.
Yeah, keep from the stone, please. I can't believe it. Why it's not BBT from Siskan?
Yeah. I think that would have been better. I don't know. What do you think? Who's winning this game? Because it's going back and forth like crazy. Can't tell who's in a better spot.
I think Wander is doing a great job stalling the game because I think they are not in a better position, as Score is saying. I think they do a really good job. Consider how that they are playing against Spanish trade. They are probably playing against better imperial civilizations, but they still in the game, so they do a really good job. But I think as longer game goes, then stronger should be the Darkside because of the trade, because of their different techs.
I'm not really sure what's happening here, if ACCM has the waypoint of the Halberdiers inside the castle, or was he... Okay, he noticed. But he had 20 idle units basically inside Nikov's castle that were not actively participating into the fight, and he was 200 pop.
Yeah, right now I feel that they kind of lack of the tank units. Elephants are there, but there is only 6 of them, 5 NQ, so there is not much. I would say it would be much better if Stone plays at that particular situation. Let's say play with the Rattan Archers behind instead of CA from Siskan, and Siskan just go for Paladins. I think if they would have a big ball of Paladins, it's gonna be much harder to play for Wander's team. By the way, push on the bottom, that's crazy important.
Yes, crazy important. They have 42 eco kills already. They didn't notice. They didn't know. Oh, okay. Stonebliss is coming here with Fire Lancers, but they need to realize how much trade they lost and start queuing more. I often find it very hard to notice because, like, if you're not in the economy tab, you don't really see what's your total eco count. So it's hard to notice how much trade you actually lost.
Well, yeah, but you can see with the gold villagers trade is shown there, so you can see your overall trade units. Well, they have Spanish. I believe it should not be that huge of an issue, but yeah, it's definitely a very big raid, and this is I would say this is the most important moment for the Wanderers. They need to push right now and find something for that trade because they win a lot of time.
Theocracy coming in from the monastery that will be soon under the attack. For one, though, he doesn't have any monks. Maybe it was
I don't see the tech coming.
No, it's in already. I think it just finished.
I can't believe this castle gonna finish with the one wheel.
Yeah, and now all the other town, of course, now everyone's coming here to the party.
Yeah, see what they've built.
So, yeah, just here to take a look. Yeah, Mel, one hussar that's super low HP trying to raid the... Oh, look at Lucha's trade.
Oh yeah, that's stuck there. They just noticed as well.
Yeah.
That's a fun moment there. Yeah, well, maybe at some point that's even fine that... well, yeah, it's not a trade. I was about to say that it's fine that Darkside lost some economy units because they can maintain much more army production at that point. But yeah, I guess they just needed to get rid of some wills instead of the trade, because Seascan basically only... Yeah, it's 0 gold, basically.
And it's, that's tough. He just immediately queues up 15 trade cards. For one split second there, we had 541 pop to 541. Darkside did end up losing some units there in the fight at the top. But yeah, I mean, absolutely super close game still. There's a pile of gold in the back of Wonder's base. I guess at this point they don't really care about it since they have so much trade, but yeah. Important.
Yeah, the trade units is more or less equal still. They just need to get the... Well, market, I guess, they get more or less similar trade efficiency. But at some point, Dragonstar, of course, needs to get the position back.
I mean, when is this a possibility of this turning into a wood game? Stoneplease is actually taking the wood in the middle. I don't think we've seen so far players getting concerned.
I think it's still a little bit far for the wood game, because there is still potential for Wonders to finish it earlier with this push on the bottom.
Fire Lancers and Elephants and Rattans and all the possible units for Stoneplease. Like he is going to stop contributing at the top and focus fully on that, which is fine because this is slowly turning into the possibility that we were talking about earlier, 2v2 at the top and just a 1v1 at the bottom.
Right now, Lucho decided to just go to the raid with his Tiger Calf. I think they need to use some camels from Dragonstar to kill this, and use all the elephants to just clean up everything in that corner, which is important.
Yeah, he
should never chase with the elephants.
Yeah,
but that's a good point from Lucho as well.
I like it. Definitely, camels should be chasing not the slow units from the allies, and especially at some point when they're losing line of sight, they will stop there. And they're gonna be idle if you don't actively pay attention to them.
Right, there is 35 elephants in a queue for Stoneplease. That's a lot. But still, Spanish playing with a range unit feels a bit wrong to me.
Yeah, and well, more so, Siskan has 4 on food. I guess he was just very focused on the CA production. He wanted to stay on that, but with the lack of gold from losing the trade, he actually had to fully switch on the skirms, and yeah, now he's with 60 food in the bank.
Yeah, with all this population chasing this Tiger Calf, Stoneplease was still not able to recover the bottom position, and now with Xian Bei added there, I think the composition for Lucha there is very good, and that's very big losses for Darkside team. He needs to get all the pop to get rid of the corner, just wall it down, forget about this, and continue to play like it's never happened.
Yeah, it's crazy that Lucha still has a couple of Tiger Calves from that initial mass that he had. Man, Nikov played out of his mind this game. Like, he gave his soul into this matchup. I think he must have the army high number. I'm going to actually take a look right now. No, it's actually Stoneplease with 98.
Yeah, that's actually interesting. He had a lot of units, and maybe even it's somewhere now, because he has only 100 economy units, so right now he has more army than anyone else, and he has a big queue as well. But only 11 villagers on food with elephant production is a little bit questionable, but I guess he will get Slink in case it will get slow.
Big push at the top again. It feels like with all of, Dragonstar focusing on chasing all that military throughout the trade, suddenly Nikov has almost more units than all the enemy team combined there at the top.
Yeah, there is definitely a lot of arbors, but again, the efficiency of that unit is not that great as, let's say, elephant archers. So it's a little bit hard to judge. But yeah, again, they just need instead of the skirms, I know they got their trade rated, etc., but against skirms from Siskan, It needs to be Paladins, and I think they would win the game on the spot.
Oh, at the bottom, Stoneplace is ready to take some revenge. He's actually going to push himself. And, well, now it's Lucho's time to shine to defend here.
Yeah, but again, this spot is very far from the trade,
Yeah.
so it's not going to be a significant damage. Even if they raid a little bit of Lucho economy, it's not that important. Nikov can always send him some food, and I guess food is not that big of an issue for them.
Where it was close to the trade where Lucho was trading, but in the meantime he had fixed his market. He's trading with the back as well now.
Yeah, true. That's a little bit fun that Darkside never thinking about pushing the most important part, like top corner. I think this is exactly where they needed to start a push. Instead of like Dragonstar trying to push in the middle towards Lucio side, it would better start the raid on top so they just attack straight to the markets. That could be an important spot as well.
A really nice defense here from Lucho, and it seems that he's going to be one pushing back as well. You were talking about a potential push at the top, which I agree would be very much closer to the trade, but they would need siege there. There's fortified walls, there's 2 castles close to the trade, and most importantly, at the top feels like they're constantly on the defense rather than them actually getting some advantage, so they can spare some military to start pushing at the top. It feels like they're struggling to defend here against Nikov and ACCM.
Yeah, true. For now it feels like that.
Same pop again, more military and more military value for Team Wonders. Is kind of with 145 eco right now. Feels a tiny bit much.
Yeah, I agreed. And again, as you pointed out before, just 4 on food. I don't know, are those numbers are correct even? I think so, but I can't believe that they have 4 and 7 on food for 2 players of the team.
Yeah, but Dragonstar has 59 and he's floating 11k, so I guess he's the one slinging them food?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there's almost no helps. They just need a bunch of paladins to be zealous.
Yeah, it's crazy. Look, see, a Dragonstar is standing. Oh no, actually, it was wood.
The stone, please. Yeah.
Are they buying the food? Nah, okay,
Yeah,
there we go. 2,500.
He can afford it. Yeah. I mean, both of them can afford to buy some food. Well, yeah, this push looks really bright for Vander's team. Paladins are doing a great job there from Lithuanians with some extra attack. Elephants in sea. Yeah, they play with the 3 range unit. Come on, guys. They have Rattan archers, elephant archers, and the cavalry archers. They just need paladins. Paladins. Well, or a big ball of elephants can work as well, but it didn't work yet.
Chambé in the trade.
Oof.
Again,
Well, they're
like,
gonna be chased, yeah. That's more or less okay.
yeah, but there's just so many of them. They're at the point where they're just going to one-shot the Shivamshas, maybe? No, okay. Yeah, it's a big mess. They are going to clean up some trade. Was going to say, though, that I don't know who's winning this game, but I just want to say that at this point, and not even at this point, earlier on, the fact that Lucho, the fact that Team Wonders played 2v3 until they managed for Lucho to come back, to reboom and fully come back into this game to the point where he's actually actively contributing. It's absolutely fantastic for Team Wonders. It's really, really well played for them.
Yeah, agreed. They did really good job with that. Yep. And Lucho constantly attacking on the bottom is doing very good job as well. He's keeping a lot of stone place unit and attention there. Now Dragonstar forced to send like camels. He could have like 24 camels, which gonna be absolutely, not absolutely, but mostly useless in the middle fight. So yeah, Lucho wins huge amount of time. Stone police need to complete the wall there, get some BBCs there, I don't know, but he has more population than Lucho there, and at the same time, Lucho gets much more value from the units there, killing a lot of trade actually.
Yeah. Now you know what I'm thinking here. I saw ACCM actually attacking onagers to cut all of that, and well, like you said earlier, traction traps could have done the cut themselves in terms of wood. But yeah, there are onagers from ACCM. Wouldn't you like to see that from Team Darkside as well, though?
I don't know what. I think not about cutting. I think it's more to contribute to the fight against they are playing against 3-range units. So I guess Vietnamese could add that, but Stonefleece in general struggle to find the correct unit in that game. So it's kind of hard to judge. What I think they are missing is, well, maybe some BBCs actually at some points. Again, as I said, Paladins, and I think towers, some kind of tower.
Yeah.
Tower thing.
I think I would like Bombard Towers and Paladins from the Spanish as well.
Well, for now, they actually even pushing a little bit. I don't know what happened. Probably... basically just got elephants with all this elephant archer mass. I think this is the first time when they have really huge amount of units there. I mean, a lot of elephant archers and a lot of standard elephants at some point.
Yeah, they have 40 more military, or they had at some point. There's a push in the middle as well from Stonefleece. He's going to start contesting some of those castles, but now he's just going to lose the traps. The fire lancers were not protecting them.
Yeah, a little miscontrol from him. Oh, and ACCM is adding some BBD. Like on the bottom you can see one of the bombard towers. That's actually worked quite well. Let's see if he'll build more somewhere else on the map. Because actually Team Darkside has no siege. So maybe a BBT on the top side in the middle can be very useful as well.
Yeah, a lot of elephants being sent forward, but there's just so many halberdiers, and now ACCM is starting to mass paladins there as well. That kind of means that there's no paladins at the top though, and Nikov is being pushed back. He only has 100 arbalesters in the queue.
Yeah, true. Not a lot of gold.
No, yeah, true. He has so much gold. Oh my god, after he already has so many units in the queue.
Yeah, he can sling a lot. Maybe some gold to ACCM can be useful. Yeah, but for now it feels like these arbalists are not doing the greatest job without paladins, as you mentioned. They are not that cool, but I guess they want to switch more attention towards bottom, maybe towards middle of the map, reacting to Stonefleece push. But honestly, if I would play, I would just even maybe ignore these units in the middle, because they actually achieve nothing, and this is an idle population for them.
Okay, without cheating and without checking, I want you to tell me the kills and the damage on those 8 traction traps from Nikov.
Oof, I'm not that good. I'm not usually checking damage. I have no clue how much it can be, but kills, let's assume it's around... What do they fight against? Should be like from 50 to 100, right?
Yeah, it's 80. They have 80 kills and 55k damage dealt.
Wow, that's actually huge. I would never assume that number.
It is, and like you double click on those and say, like someone in my chat says, only 80, but it's trebs. It's trebs.
Yeah, true. They give a lot of value. Imagine they would be a wood traps with additional projectiles.
Yeah. The Sitting Tiger, nice push at the bottom from Lucho. Once again, he keeps, being annoying there. He keeps pressuring. Siege rams are taking out more and more control. He actually attacked into keeps as well. He has Tantian. Tantian not that important, but I guess might as well. He's at 200 pop. 162 eco.
Oi.
Tiny bit too much.
Yep, probably. But he has not a lot of resources actually in the bank, so he uses most of that and not that big of a queue. So maybe he needs that with the pace which he's losing units. Yeah, I like his push on the bottom. I think Vietnamese should be better with the elephants and elite fire lancers, so Lucho managing to get that much of the damage there is definitely very, very good there. I think Stonefleece need to focus there as well a little bit more. To just do not let let Stone please get inside the trades again. There is actually a huge amount of camels from ACCM trying to deal with the raids from the Paladin raids. So they kind of always have a lot of units there.
And as soon as I'm praising Lucho for having a really nice push, Stoneplease is here pushing back. Stoneplease has like 3 or 4 random elephants in the trade as well. Stoneplease is at the top 2 elephants, really helping a whole lot, even though he did lose all of them. And now SCM is pushing back with the Paladins. It's just a back and forth.
Exactly. I don't know why they dislike the Siskan switch. They play against full Arbalest. I don't know.
Thing is, he could probably maybe the 0 on food.
It's not that hard to switch 36 villagers to farms. Stop taking trees. Yeah, actually, at one point you said it can be a wood game. I think there is a small potential if it's gonna continue like that.
Oh my god, we're getting very close to 2 hours here as well. Lucho with 8 traction traps of his own and just... oh my god, I actually have almost 18k damage on them. Really nice positioning of those keeps and bombard towers from him and ACCM. They take the hill as well. So it's going to be annoying to push back, especially with the traction traps camping there.
But again, I think that Stoneplease has amazing units to go under the towers as well. He can play with the Fire Lancer and Elephants. He just needs to get more buildings there. I think he has no stables in that area. He has a lot of units in the middle of his base. Yeah, I think his units are very spread. That's the map.
Oh boy. One thing that I would also like...
there is a big camel raid on the trade of the Wanderers team. But they actually have a lot of gold in the bank, should be fine.
Yeah, all good, all good. But what about the Siege Ram edition from Siskan?
Oh, finally, he's gonna push on the top. He builds a lot of siege workshops. Nice, they're gonna attack the trade there.
Yeah,
and actually, it's really hard to deal with these camels in the trade. That's not gonna end well. They need to queue up a lot of halberdiers because ACCM cannot deal with that easily with the paladins. They're gonna just die to these camels. So he needs to make help there. That means less population in the fight and not efficient population as well.
Yeah, also the same goes for Tiger Cap. Still dies to camels, and they're the ones chasing now as well, at least until the addition. And like you said, there's not pop efficiency in the middle. There's only a couple of paladins, and now suddenly we have 3 armies here again from Team Darkside pushing the top, and they're actually getting more and more terrain.
Yep. The only positive side for the Darkside for Wanderers right now is Lucho push in the bottom, but it's not that successful, right? And if we watch that in Wanderers side, Wanderline of side, they're playing against 3 players in the middle. There is very often a big bunch of elephants there, and Lucho is playing completely on the bottom. So basically, he's playing against only half of Stoneplease population and still does not succeed that much after his first attempts to kill the trade.
Team Darkside now suddenly 100 more pop. They're in Nikov's base. Nikov is at 40 military.
Going to the trade. Siskan starting the push on the top. They have already CA and elephants prepared there. I think everything is collapsing for Wanderers, and GG is not that far.
Oh my god, the complete switch here from what we had 2 minutes ago. It feels like it's 100 more military on the field. Eco is that even, and yeah, it is just tough for Nikov to defend, especially with losing trade, losing Eco in his base. He is soon going to be under 100 pop.
Well, I think the only thing Nikov could do is fight at one spot on some of the hills. This is what he was doing, but now when he lost his traction traps, as you mentioned before, which were very good DPS unit, now there's no big Arbalest mass. He is below 100 population, and yeah, I think there is no chance for them to stop it, because again, Darkside can make these units all day long with the Spanish trade.
Siskan is sending CA at the bottom now as well to deal with all the helps. But okay, well, Stoneplease had Rattan archers there. Yeah, a main issue here is that they cannot really stop what's happening in Nikov's base, and most importantly, they split Nikov and ACCM's military.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point as well. And well, push on the top. This is like a
Yeah.
finishing probably move.
Yeah, elephants there. I'm not even sure they have noticed. They have so many fires to put. They're not pinging. They're not deleting the markets. Not sure they noticed the CA in the trade.
Yeah, but I don't think believe in the market gives them anything here. Yeah, Nikov is queued some feeder guards there, so they noticed for sure. I think they're just about to resign.
Yeah, population difference is getting bigger and bigger. There's a pushback from the bottom, in the middle, and at the top in the trade. I thought I saw more Rams. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's 11 Rams. The queue for Siskan, but he doesn't have the
Pop space.
pop space, yeah.
That was fun to see CCM attempting to go for a gold mining upgrade at some point. If only that could help the trade. Yeah, Nikov is actually coming with the Arbalest to win the CA. I think he might be successful with doing that.
Yeah, really, really good micro. Trying to get on the hill as well, splitting all his arbs, but there's still... I don't know, there's still quite a lot of CA with the heal advantage and...
An elephant tanked a lot.
Yeah. Pop space made though for the Rams. They're going to start attacking the castles, and those castles are going to be dead soon.
Yeah, they almost out of gold. I guess Lucio, I didn't realize if he slimed a little bit. Ah, no, he just queuing up the Scorpions. His idea was to go for Scorpions here. Yeah, I think that's why Stone Police needs to add some BBCs on the bottom as well, but I guess it's not that important. Everything just collapsed for Team Wonders.
You know what? Like, I felt like Heavy Scorpions would have been a legit choice for Team Wonders earlier against so many elephant units.
Yeah, that might be, but who can go for it? Nikov don't have it. Their idea was that Lucha's plan on the bottom. I don't think that Elephants was that big of a deal for him. Playing helps and Tiger Calf most of the time. So it's a little bit tricky from who you should add them. And the Lithuanians don't have a siege engineers.
Yeah. Oh my god, Vinch, what a game. Almost 2 hours.
That was a long one. That's a classic Spanish trade game, I would say. I still think that Wonders played insane that one. Well, except the start, where I think they could maybe do something different to save Lucho, and Nikov, maybe his push didn't really help and delayed Spanish that much. So maybe some things could be done better. But besides that, they played an insane game, and they had a really tough fight against Spanish trade, and they've done their best. Maybe just small things were not going their way.
I gotta say that seeing Spanish into this lineup, definitely did not expect 1,100 CA from them. I just gotta say that. But it's so funny looking at all the KDs as well. Team Darkside ended with all the KDs positive, and Nikov from the opponents with an insane KD, 2,000 units killed to 1,600 lost. Raised a lot of buildings, 73 of them as well.
Yeah, his initial push with traction traps was huge, but I think after that they didn't really break a lot of buildings.
Yeah, look at that trade profit from Stone Police as well. 91,000 gold made this game.
Huge. That's huge. Yeah, actually much more gold from these guys, and even though they had trade damaged at some point and lower distance.
Really, really nice game.
Well, Wonders, it's not the result they expected, I'm sure, against Darkside. Wonders already had their, I would say, mistake against Nocturne, I believe. They played 2-2 against them. So it can be another draw in the best case scenario for them.
Yeah, so
I don't think that they are happy with that.
The majority of my chat was saying, of course, that Wonders are the heavy favorite. And, you know, if you look at the table with the standings, you would think so. It's rank 2 right now versus rank 8, considering that, well, some teams only played one set, but also, you know, both of these two already played both of their sets. Uh,
Mhm.
my prediction with a tie is looking better and better right now. However, I can't help but notice that both of these two maps were Wander's home maps.
Yeah, that's actually a good mention in there. But well, I don't see how your prediction with the tie is going better and better.
Yeah. Well,
I think it's for now moving towards destruction from the dark side team. They're playing really good and they have their two home maps left, as you pointed out.
migration next map as well. And for a split second now, I'm in that close map mentality. I was just glancing at Darkside, and I see, oh my god, I see a potential banger for Black Forest with Britons, Celts, and maybe Burmese against something like Mongols, Turks, Teutons. Like, oh my god, that would be crazy.
Hmm. Yeah, I think both teams got really good civilization. I think for dark side it should be Britain, Celts, Burmese, as you said. Yeah, Mongols, Turks, and +1. I don't actually know what they want to pick there.
I,
Maybe
I think
Italian
Teutons.
should be for nomad. Oh, for migration.
Yeah, I think Teutons to like counter Burmese, maybe.
Mm, yeah, it can be. It can be. Well, Hindustani also don't fit
Hmm?
anywhere. So it can be maybe Mongols, Turks, Hindustani, and then it's something like Italians, Wumalians for migration. Can
Ooh,
be.
that's a good point. Hindustanis could
Oh,
even go
well.
Shatagni hand cannons from the flank, and with the Turks
Hmm.
team bonus.
Well, it
Yeah,
depend on how they want to put it, because you can also put Mongols on the flank, I think. Well, maybe it's not that common, but I think that's possible in Hindustani play pocket on BF.
mhm.
Actually, that's fun. For migration, they will have a composition of Italians, Malians, and Wu. And Wu can go for both Wu and Malians can go for condottieri, which they have their unique bonuses from the chiefs as well. That can be fun in some scenarios.
Yeah, they could definitely strategize and play with some stuff here.
All right, and actually, that's going to be migration. Daniela, while we are in between the games, I want to take some snacks. I'm on the 50% expected that to be that long.
Go ahead,
Uh,
of course, of course.
yeah, I'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, this actually brings me the time to remember to switch in Capture Age Division 1 round
Mm-hmm.
3. Okay. And yeah, we're just going to wait for them to start the game soon. They're in the lobby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players already. Still ACCM, no Sebastian uh substitute. And yeah, in this quick time that we have in between the games, they probably feel exhausted as well. So I wouldn't mind them dragging a minute longer to just catch their breath. Just want to thank you guys for watching. For I hope you're enjoying the tournament. I think this set is already delivering some fantastic games. But hey, main event has been doing that. Main event has been doing that. In my opinion, we're in round 3 right now. It's already exceeding all my expectations. It's very very nice to see the teams practicing, taking this serious. Uh, I'm uh, I'm happy to see that. Thank you for all the follows, by the way, and yeah, once again, thank you for watching. Britons and Kels coming together might be our base, might be. I'm also very happy to have Vinchester with me through all these all games. I love casting with a pro player because we all get so much insight, so much good expertise, coming from a pro player. And yeah, means means a lot to have him today with me. We're going to have more pro players joining in the future, and of course Vinch if wants to come back as well. um I love this type of lineup, a caster, a play by play, and more yapping caster with a pro player, because we do get that expert insight. Thank you, Nifty Norse. Thank you, thank you. Vince is so knowledgeable, and he says it depends without saying it depends. He gives scenarios. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So we're grateful for having him here. Civs are up for migration, by the way, and we're going to see Darkside with Armenians and Inca on the flanks, just like Vinch mentioned earlier. Byzantines in the pocket position was an absolute must as well. And Lucio's gonna play as Malians, ACM as Italians, pocket, and Wu on the other flank for Sebastian. They're actually going to bench poor Nikov, the MVP of the previous game. Yeah, we're going to have Sebastian making an appearance here. Migration time for Daniela to be the expert caster. I've seen Vinch playing on migration. He's doing a fantastic job on the flank position, and game is starting and is paused. All right. Well, either issues with internet from Sebastian. Where is Sebastian? He is right here. He had issues with internet. Yeah, it had to shy, but that comes with time, meaning that sometimes you don't stop the run when something super important is happening. I think I'm that overall as a person. I find it very rude to interrupt someone, and especially in a case where, like, okay, maybe sometimes more important is happening, but I still want to hear their entire point. I still, like, we can address what's happening a tiny bit later on. I agree. Sometimes doesn't really, hit the timing, but yeah. Game is paused, and I'm not really sure why. Let me just see what's going on. Maybe they have issues with the lag again, with the ping, with something. But yeah. There might be some weird generations where you kind of have like a pond in the back of your base on migration. They're not allowed to fish boom to gain an advantage. But that's not the case on this particular map. Oh, the stone actually had mouse issues. We'll try. Okay. So, game number 1 is up, and Lucho is playing as Palias, like I was saying earlier. Remember that this is a chicken generation, of course, and well, I think all the maps are chicken generation. It's the same with the ladder. Nowadays, you do start with all of those chicken very close to your town centers. Should be probably using your goats to just scout the entire island, and yeah, Lucho is doing that. Try to push the chicken tiny bit with your scout. Of course, that's only available for a couple of tiles, but there's no better use of that scout anyway. So yeah, Lucho is going to play with Malians, which Malians as their team bonus will give all of his allies 80%. Oh my god, you scared me.
No. Sorry. I interrupted you in the wrong moment with the wrong phrase. But
no, my god, you scared me so bad.
No, sorry for that. I didn't mean that.
I know, it's okay, but it was just funny. I was going to say that Malians with Italians is a fantastic combo here. Malians giving all of the teammates 80% faster universities, and will especially be important for Italians who already get such a bunch of discounts on their technologies and at university as well.
Yeah, true. That's really very good composition. Sometimes now with Italians, when you want to get all the upgrades in the university, that's really really long time. Like you need chemistry, you want shipwright, you want a dry dock, all the speed upgrades, you want masonry, everything, and that goes so long. And now with the Italians, that's can be much faster than that.
Yeah, really nice synergy between those two. And well, at the top you have Sebastian, with, like, again, bonus on building the houses. Might not seem very relevant, but it can be quite important. And it's just a civ that I feel like can hold on their own for a long time. because of their, again, great bonuses, careening for free, dry dock for free, especially when you're fighting on the flank. You're more likely to go into range units, maybe something like galleys. It's important.
They have a little bit weird generation, by the way, with a small part of the island in between Stompleys and Sebastian, and we got a whale there as well. I think that's kind of a small back. I never seen that before because it's part of the big island.
Now, on the other side, we have Armenians that are going to be facing Malians at the bottom and in the south. Better galleys for them, but the timing might be there for Malians, actually. Siskan saves a tiny bit of food, well, not just food, just resources in general from having cheaper mule cards. Not the biggest bonus, but seems like he is expecting the Malians maybe to have a better timing based on where he made his first dock. It feels like docks a tiny bit more in the back, further away from the enemy. Might be an indication that he wants a tiny bit more time to mess.
Well, yes, and at the same time, Armenians' main bonus is better galleys, so you want to play galleys, and with galleys you want to have more back docks probably because you want to first mass them. Well, it's just probably minimizing the risk as well. Well, they have the lead in the series, they just need to... they have also Byzantines, I guess, they just need to get to their units.
Interesting. Early transport investment from Dragonstar.
Oh, wow. What's this gonna do?
I don't know, a villager and a scout are going in the middle. Probably just gonna put a second dock closer to Stonepleys. But do you like that early investment there?
No, honestly, no. I think there is huge potential still for the fish around your island. This dock is... Well, it's obviously good, and you can take whale from there. You can maybe take some sheep from the middle and maybe send it to your friends. There is some potential to that. Oh, he moved in the transport ship. Okay, no, he's just scouting, I believe. So yeah, that's fine, but I think it's not that mandatory. And also he goes for early feudal age as well, with only 7 fish. Well, he has a lot of vills. I guess he just slow with adding fish because of that transport. Yeah, I definitely don't like it, but let's see how his build order gonna work. In the first game we were doping in him as well, but they won the game.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see them strategize. Now, at the top, we have Inca playing against Wu. Now, you have to tell me, Vinch, why do we see Inca so often? Is it because of their settlements and the wood that they're basically saving from all the houses, all the extra pop space? It's just settlement civs are just good, because I wouldn't think that Inca are such a fantastic flank civ.
Well, I think it's still good about the build order. Also, the team bonus is kind of helping with the build order as well on the other side. I think it's not that relevant to the pocket as well, to the pockets. But yeah, he has only 2 settlements with a little bit more wood saved. So I would say it's kind of might be even kind of similar to Japanese, right? All the wood he saved. I don't want to count yet, but I think it could be another mining camp. It could be another mill. This is like 2 buildings, so he saved like 200 wood compared to the normal civ. That's actually a Dravidian bonus, right? And first 2 houses, this is 25 extra. Settlement is 25 extra. So basically you're saving a lot of wood at that point. So yeah, and that's what you need for migration and water map. You just want to save more wood and get good bonuses.
Oh, really, really nice timing there in terms of fletching for both flanks from Team Darkside. Lucho is slow with... Wait, does he have a blacksmith? No, there it is. He prioritized fishing lines.
Yeah, I think fishing lines is good, actually. Well, on the bottom, I think fletching is important, but fletching on Stonepleys looks a little bit weird for me. And now he's switching to more galleys after fire opening. I'm a little bit confused, but I think it's still balanced on both of the flanks.
Yeah, and now the question is, what is Dragonstar going to continue with? Because, well, right now he has 13 fishing ships. He's playing as Byzantines, so he still has that cheaper imp I wonder. He must go for it, especially if he's sold the stone.
I think his main idea was that he's ignoring, he's not building the gold mining thing, and he's playing just with the 3 lumber camp, tries to get all the food from the whales. But I don't know, I'm not that fan of his build order. He's not enough gold, and he's not producing any fire ship with that. So even if he clicks Imperial Age and gonna be a little bit earlier than ACCM, he's still gonna be on the back foot economy-wise, especially against Italians, and he will not produce that many units.
I guess maybe the point is for Stone Please to try to hold the top, by his own with so many fire ships and galleys. Which I do like that comp, and it's probably going to put a stop to Sebastian for a while, and maybe try to come south. But yeah,
I think it's not that big of a deal to try to stop someone, because again, with Byzantines on paper with those uptimes, he must be even faster. But it's the more issue is as longer game goes, the worse it will be for him, because again, he even clicks Imperial Age faster. I mean ACCM. Yeah, so this build order is definitely, he made something wrong with Byzantines. He has worst economy. I guess he should have less res collected. Let me check. 1,000 res collected less. He's
1,000 is a lot. Yeah.
Yep. And ACCM probably better scaling as well with all the technologies, even faster for Malians. So it's gonna be really tough for Darkside in this team early on.
There we go. We have clinker construction in. Medium warship was in production, has started while Dragonstar hasn't even queued up one single fishing ship, fire ship, sorry.
Yeah, true. Only now he does it. But I guess ACCM will be able, well, maybe not actually. I thought maybe he'll be able to get the ship right. If so, then I think he will outproduce heavily.
Yeah. Shipwrights still quite expensive, even for Italians. Just a lot of bickering here in the south with those galleys. Siskan, 1 minute left. Well, actually, they're going to get to the next stage just 5 seconds apart. It's quite crazy. And great job from Lucho, putting so much pressure. Like you said, Armenians have better galleys, and they're playing defensive right now.
Yeah, of course, it's always hard to play aggressive with the galleys. If Lucho managed that out, then definitely he got disadvantage somewhere. And yeah, as you mentioned out, castle age timing is more or less similar for them. So with the Malians against the Armenians, that's a really good result, I believe. And first fire ships are connected on the top. As for now, the ACCM team is pushing a little bit.
1 second. Yeah, I mean, ACCM timing is going to hit quite hard here. Stone Please has to wait for his upgrades. But oh my god, Incendiary is even is going to be in soon. It just feels like ACCM alone is just going to push quite convincingly.
There was a mistake from Seb. Oh yeah, he lost not that many ships, but he was just eating the fire galleys. And also, I wanted to mention Sebastian Castle in the middle. That's really good transition to the land, and he will make a lot of things happens in the middle. That.
Yeah, a couple of fire archers just destroying buildings, especially because this early on when you're going into the middle, it feels like you don't really have a lot of land units.
Again, there's a big fight on the top. They took the fight before Dragonstar actually got his Imperial Age upgrade for the ship. So for now, ACCM must dominate this. He has more. Has actually not better upgrades, I believe. Byzantine Fires is still better, but ACCM should have much more of them. It's actually 20 more fire ships compared to Dragonstar. 20 more ships. That's huge.
Yeah, that's actually wild. Sebastian has started all of the production in the middle, and he's actually moving forward. Maybe he's gonna plan on even some siege workshops or something, or maybe extra TCs, and just to gain more control of the map. I like Wonders just going into the middle as well. trying to migrate slowly but surely. Oh my god, SCM is at the bottom as well.
Yeah, of course, he's playing two sides. That's
He's
much better,
everywhere.
easier for him. He has better economy, more units. So yeah, for now they pushed Stoneplace completely. He's kind of out of the game because he's not really contributing much to the water, and he's not in the middle. And even if they start winning fights, for example, now I think they might win the fight on the top right side. But even if they do so, they still has much worse position. I think Wonders is taking lead in that game. With Raid in middle, they have much more TCs. Again, Stoneplace is kind of out of the game compared to Sebastian doing arm in the middle. It's going to be really hard for them to come back.
Yeah, Siskan is losing a lot of units here, and he's gonna lose his fish. One thing that I noticed is that Dragonstar is actually missing the charge attack on the fire ships. He's missing siphons.
Oh, really? He didn't go for it. He didn't went for it. Wow, that's a huge mistake.
Yeah.
I think that gives you a lot of damage.
Definitely agreed. And yeah, even ACCM has both that and that small explosive when his ships died from incendiaries. Lucho going up to Imp with quite a nice expansion in the middle as well.
He still has his fish life, even though he didn't get any navy upgrades. Really good game by him. He'll give his team at least bomber cannons and probably Kef later, or also condottiers can work. So they will have a good synergy in the middle as well.
Coinage coming in from Dragonstar. Will he... Oh, he's starting to add a second TC as well.
In the center, you're kind of forced to, because you're getting out of the resources on your main island if you start to boom there heavily.
SCM 1 on food right now? No, okay. Sorry, 1 food in the bank only.
But yeah.
But yeah, for now, he's just adding more and more military, just securing water for his teammates. But Siskan is doing a Hulk transition, which might be problematic because Lucho stopped investing into water since SCM was pushing so convincingly. So there's not a massive galleys to protect the fire ships.
Yeah, but water for now is a little bit irrelevant because ACCM still gonna manage to fight anyone on water. That's fine for him. But at the same time, in the middle, they will just push everything.
Do you think we're gonna see Malian Condottieri?
Yeah, that's what I said on the beginning. I think Wu, Malian, both can go for the condos, and they are insane with the natural bonuses.
Yeah, so much extra pierce armor for the Malian ones, and it can just raid everything. What are the units from the opponents in the middle? Fire archers. Well.
Yeah, and he's going for condos.
Yeah,
there was a potential for just elite skirms from Siskan, but I guess once they see the Condottiero, there is no proper answer to this except calling it.
Yeah, I mean, Darkside are starting to push back on water, but like you said, at this point it's starting to be quite irrelevant. Just the eco that Lucho has in the middle, and you know, the pushing position, basically none of the flanks from Darkside is even close to clicking up to the next stage, while now we have Sebastian going up as well. He's in the middle already. And even ACCM is starting to transition his eco slowly to the middle.
Yeah, true. And also, it's still ACCM has 23 navy. I think that's close to the amount of navy from the opponents as well.
Castle can be sniped with the fire archers, maybe? Oh, no. He is focusing the villagers.
Too many HP. Not about TC tonight, and they will deny the castle as well next. These condos are actually really hard to kill with 7-piece armor.
Yeah.
Okay, GG.
GG is called, and Team Wonders is actually taking their first win, game number 3. Quick game compared to the previous one.
Yeah, that's completely different one.
Yeah,
Immigration. I think ACCM made a big difference, and VR just had better idea on what they want to do. If I would tell you that this is a hot map from Wanderers and Darkside was just not ready for it, that could sound like a true, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I also just didn't like Dragon Star's opening. It
Yeah,
felt like
definitely.
it put him on the back foot way too much, especially with, like you nicely pointed out, the fact that Byzantines don't have any early bonuses.
Mhm.
So you're just slowing yourself down even more. But maybe they just wanted to try this strategy. Maybe they felt like they could do it now.
Oh.
Risky, but
Well, it's the tournament. It's not the place where you're gonna try it. I mean, you better try in the practice game, see that it doesn't work, you just fall behind economically, and then you don't play that in the tournament. But yeah,
yeah.
I think, yeah, speaking of that, I think ACCM also used very good his units, and also Lucha and Sep had a very clear idea on what they want to do after fighting on water. So it feels that Darkside was a little bit more reactive through the game.
Yeah,
So.
definitely agree with that. So last map is going to be Black Forest. Vinge, I'm going to let you alone for exactly 2 minutes. I just want to run to the bathroom really quick.
Yeah, sure.
Be right back.
Yep, let's talk about the tips, guys. I think we kind of predicted most of them. For migration, that was Italians, Malians, and Wu for Wonders. And for Darkside, it was Armenians, Byzantines, actually quite early picks here. And the third civ is Incas, yep. So for BF, it's gonna be Mongols. Mongols for sure, it's the first pick for Wonders. Also Turks relatively early pick. I think they should pick it. And then the last civ is a little bit questionable. I think it can be both Hindustani and Teutons, depending on where they want to pick, where they want to place the Mongols. I don't think that they're gonna pick mines here, which they also have in the draft. And for Darkside, it's gonna be Britons, Celts, and flank can be different. I don't think that Celt's gonna be on the flank, so it's gonna be Pocket for sure. And for the other flank, they have Burmese, Magyars, or Poles. I don't think it's gonna be Magyars. So I would assume it's gonna be Britons, Celts, and Burmese, which are actually very defensive. They have Britons on one side, Britons with the towers, Britons with snipers, of course, with the very good traps. Also Celts with a very good siege, with Rams, with the siege onagers, with the helps, infantry. So Celts is one of the best in the pocket. The only thing they lack is bombard cannons, but again, synergy with Britons that archers can really snipe the BBCs and give Celts a little bit easier game against this unit, let's say even from Turks, because on the opposite side it's going to be Turks or Hindustani or Teuton who will make bombard cannons. And on the other side, Burmese has their own BBCs. Also, Burmese can play full monks, which really good synchronized with Celts with a similar idea. They snipe bomber cannons from far. And yeah, for future, Celts, the only issue that they don't have any tank unit, anything like cavalry. And in that Civ synergy, Burmese should close that with the elephants, probably. Same idea like we played on Fortified Clearing. Consider that Stone Police went for elephants relatively early on Fortified Clearing. I will assume that here they will pick Burmese for the similar idea to go for elephants. So yeah, the synergy is really great. On the right side, on the other side with Wonders, it's going to be Mongols, Turks, which are already crazy, insane civilizations with a lot of different possibility. Turk can be Fast Imp in the Gunpowder, Janissars, BBCs, it can be CA, sometimes even Camel Hussar. Well, Camels I think not needed here. They're not that great against elephants, and at the same time they are not good against other civs. So I don't think it's going to be camels, but it can be a really big mass of bombard cannons. And if there is one bombard cannons in the game which can match against Britain snipers, it should be Turks or Bohemians, right? Because of the range, so you can micro them and try to snipe archers before they get to the range to snipe you. It's a little bit tough still, but Turks can be one of the good civs against Britons. Also Mongols with the siege ram, with the mango race maybe at some point. I would say it's a little bit harder game again for Mongols. If they don't snowball fast and if they don't find the usage for the siege, then Mangu days can get lost at some point. Because again, against Britain archers in a good position, they are not that good. Against Celt siege, they are not that good again because you usually want to micro a little bit against the onager, against the scorpion if there will be some. So it's a little bit trickier to play with the Mongols against Celtic Jonager compared to some other chiefs. And also against Burmese elephants, of course. Mango Rays are not the greatest unit to just shoot on the armored elephants. Yep, but again, it depends on how games will go. Mongols in general still one of the strongest too because of the pace, because of the unit in some other scenarios.
I'm back.
Yep.
Nice. Also, yeah, I did catch tiny bit about the end of what you were saying, and I actually was thinking about this while I was away. Do you think they made the right choice of going Italians in the pocket position on migration? Or
Mm.
actually, never mind. Actually, never mind. For a split second, I thought the opponents had Turks. No. It's fine. They had both Italians and Turks. I was like, okay, maybe you want to save that for Black Forest on the flank, but it doesn't make sense.
Did you mean condottiers?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that could work, but again, Turk is very flexible tip as well. They can play on CA, and then I think condottiero is out of the game.
Yeah, but
Like you
they
kind of
have
don't need
both.
them.
They have both, and I thought it's the other way around. I thought the opponents have
Yeah,
Turks.
I know, but
Yeah.
just in potential worlds, it could be. They didn't start yet, or maybe they just started. No.
No, they're still waiting. Um, Luce Sam Sebastian still. Seems like Sebastian did fix his internet issues, which is always nice to see. Important last game. Feels like for Darkside, the stakes are maybe even higher right now. Like I said, they're on position number 8 out of 9 in the table, and a win here would secure them 4 points instead of 2. If they win the match, they would win the series, so they even get an additional point for that, and
Mm-hmm.
that could push them on the 5th position technically. Yeah, of course, there's still a lot of the teams haven't played yet in this round, but would be a really good result against Wonders, and would kind of stop.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Uh,
for sure, when you have like too much losses, you want to find the win. Draw is not enough for you, especially from 2-0 lead. I'm sure that even if they thought about taking 2 games, going to be a success in that match against Wanderers because they probably the favorites. It's still after
mhm.
2-0. I think they're gonna be, they're not gonna be happy with losing that last map, especially another home map for them. So let's see how it's gonna be.
Oh my god! Yeah, you were definitely right about Hindustanis. They're going to go for that instead of Teutons, and it makes sense if you want to pile their hand cannons and great eco with the Turks um, team bonus. I think you go for a double gunpowder there on the flanks. That's really good.
Yeah, also Gulams on paper can be good if he will spawn on Britain's side, because I guess there is no cavalry from Celt, so Gulams at some point can be fine. Also, you can go for CA as well. CA, you have BBC to play against Celts. I think Hindustan is fine civ there. Well, in general, I like them on BF, but of course not like a tier 1 civ, so that's one of the reasons why they were picked one of the lasts.
Yeah, they're good civ, versatile as well.
Mhm. Okay, and game is starting, I believe. Yep.
Oops, I muted myself for a second. Yeah, and it's a 3-vil start. That's an important reminder. Let's take a look.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the map. That's already huge. They have a lake, much harder lake for Darkside. It's gonna be forward. I think map, yeah, it's not a restart, but it's gonna be very hard to play for Darkside because this point is basically untouchable for ACCM, especially with Mongols. He will always see the sneak wheels. Yeah, that's gonna be very hard to play.
Yeah, I wonder if they actually have some issues again, or if they're asking for a restart. No, in my opinion, it's not a restart either. But let's see what the
Yeah, they
admins
are
are saying.
asking, and they are asking if this is a re, but I think it's not. Well, I don't know. It's better to ask for.
It's always better to ask than not to ask.
Mhm.
I think they are already asking the admins.
Well, yeah, it's better to ask like Rage Forest guys. I think it's definitely unfair map for Darkside. It's
Mhm.
much harder to play, and I would say it's very significant, especially with having only one lake per team. But again, from rules, I remember from the previous editions, I think that was not a restart. It's just a little bit unfair.
Mm.
So hard to say. Let's see what admins will say because I can see Darkside is mentioning Tunnel Lake rule. If there is something like that, this might apply to something like this.
Yeah, I mean, Mongols with a lake, free fish boom.
Well,
Uh,
it's not particularly Mongol. I would say it's just for the pocket. This is
mhm.
probably
Yeah,
the best position you can have the lake.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and that's what I meant, like a pocket free fish boom, and then yeah, that lake is kind of unusable. Obviously, Lucho, if he sees that, he probably wants to play in like Vil fight as long as possible, play super aggressive to just like put more and more pressure, not let them dog that altogether. And
Hmm. Yeah, probably. Okay, they have a restart.
okay, yeah.
That sounds good. I like that restart. Maybe even if that's on the edge with the rules, I still think that it should not be that unfair with the map generation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, but also I wanted to point out here that we also had Hindustanis versus Burmese on this side.
Hmm.
Where I don't know, at least until late game, I kind of like Hindustanis there.
Yeah, they feel solid against both of those tips. Maybe, yeah, I mean, with the Gulams against Britons on early stage, maybe there is some scenarios where there will be lack of options, but in general, they have a good fast team. They have cannons. They have bonus for the wheel war in early stage. They have Hussar if they need, camels if they need, BBCs in chemistry, even caravanserai for the later stages for the trade. A lot of options from Hindu there.
Yeah. Um, I feel like that's such an underrated bonus for the early Vil fights. The fact that they have cheaper villagers, just to be able to, keep your TC running. There's a couple of civs that, yeah, it's really nice. Britons also as well, just eating the sheep faster. Are,
Yeah, I agree. There is just some. Well, I agree with you. That's really good to use that bonus. But again, I think there's just some tips who has better bonus for the production rate.
mhm.
And Hindustani not that big in Dark Age as well. You need to produce like 20 villagers to just match Lithuanians, for example.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's still not that equal.
Okay, match is launched. We'll just wait for 20 more
Uh-huh.
seconds, and yeah.
We are almost there.
I think you were talking about this while I was away. I think I had joined when you were talking about Turks, but
Mhm.
yeah, how do we feel about Turks being on the Britain side?
I think Turks should be fine at least when they get. Well, Britons are very solid on BF, maybe even one of the best saves. That's why they are first pick here in the draft. But at the same time, I think when Turks gets to hit their dream composition, let's say it's a lot of heavy CA, it's maybe even bomber towers plus good bomber cannons, and maybe even siege ram, depending on what are support civs for and units for both of their teams, then it's really hard to play for Britons. So yeah, let's see. I would say that Turks is one of the tips which I would say I'm more or less confident to play post imp against Britons.
Okay, have the
Okay.
have kind of like a reverse situation here where Dragonstar now gets a pocket lake and
Mhm.
Lucho gets one on the flank. However, not exposed anymore. It's safe in the back technically, and he's sending three vills forward with Loom. Uh oh.
Mhm. Yeah, that's interesting. I think this map is much more balanced. That's actually a good map. Let's see how it's gonna be played out. For now, Sishan is wall in middle, while checking the Sebastian wall on the left. That's a good start there for Darkside, I think. Maybe Sishan, yeah, he's sending the bills. He wants to control more of the middle.
Oh,
That's a
but
good thing.
he's is he sneaking or he just wants to wall forward?
I think it can be both. Well, wall forward is always good. Yeah, and right now ACCM is sending villagers to the middle as well. He wants to be sure that there is nothing gets in. Let's see. Actually, ACCM is not with the loom, and there is a Arctic wolf already there. If he attacks,
and
yeah,
two
that might be
scouts.
dangerous. Yeah.
And two scouts, nice job from ACCM paying attention for the quick wall. However, quick wall still happens. Oh my god.
Yeah, but they're in the middle. ACCM lost the first wheel, and he will lose another one. Very high potential.
Oh my
This
god.
Arctic wolf is helping a lot there.
And he didn't see the sneak.
Well, maybe he actually saw his ping in there. I don't know what did he mean, but there is a potential that he saw that. But yeah, if sneak goes on, that's going to be really hard to play for Wonders.
Oh boy, yeah. I mean, that Vil is now hiding in plain sight. There, the scout is still there. Could be super annoying, like just laming the sheep as well. Wow, that was very well executed here from Siskan, saving both of his villagers while sneaking, while now keeping an eye on Sebastian's sneak potential. But like, well,
Yeah, but for now, Seb is actually 2 villagers ahead on Siskan with the early wall. So yeah, Siskan will get his villager sneaked, but at the same time, it's gonna be probably hard to play against Sebastian if he'll get a good economy. Actually, Sebastian has sent the villager in as well. It's kind of catched, but I thought he maybe not gonna trade HP and try to make some walls.
yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. They save it with the scouts. I thought these are scouts from the other team.
Never
so
mind. Wait, he's gonna lose that Vil. Traded a scout, but hey, still fair.
Yeah, but again, Sebastian Will is inside, right? Why he's going back there? Didn't he sneak a dog there? I mean, Seb? Like, he's not doing that? He wants to kill the boars first. Also, ACCM can assume about the sneaky villager because, well, he must see the will there. If he didn't recognize it, then it's, I would say, a mistake on his end. So he could assume that because there is no forward wall. So now they just break here, and well, that's huge. Sishan forced to send more wills. All this will wars means that Sishan not gonna be in feudal to fight for the water at some point as well.
True, and that one half a tile there, Siskan found. Wait, did he? Okay, he did. He did. I thought for a second he's going.
About the will.
Yeah. But now he's keeping an eye on it and pinging it, probably telling Dragonstar to, pay attention to his dog. In the meantime, on the other side, there's a huge Fillmore Venge.
I think that's good for the Darkside team. First of all, Dragonstar got the lake, and second, ACCM was involved a lot in the wheel fight. He sent villagers to the middle, he lost 2 villagers there, he's crazy behind, and now ACCM and Sebastian is pinging, they know that there is a villager inside, they know where is it right now, because they have a Mongol bonus. Sishan doesn't know that he gets spotted, he is not moving to the lake.
Yeah, and actually ACCM is going to go dock that, which I like. Honestly, I feel like in situations where you have this big of a Vil war, on one side, this is still open, we could spot a potential Mongol stable.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is what Pocket should play. Well, it depends on how the next few minutes will go for, but trying to go for the scouts from my POV is never a mistake here, especially on Dragonstar, for example. Actually, Sishan using his villager around the lake to look for a sneak. He doesn't know where is it. It's interesting. Sebastian is already going up. I think it's the timing right now when she should go. This villager should go to.
And he lost his sneak at the top. In the meantime, ACCM sent 2 villagers. There was Sebastian's scout there as well. So that was also super nice.
So the end of all these wars is that Dragonstar got a huge lead. In the meantime, Sebastian has a good lead, and I think he missed the villager in the bottom. Sebastian gonna sneak the dock. They just pathing. Yeah. Sishan could see that, but he didn't realize it, I'm sure. Yeah, and he's building dock close to the Fiddle Age, and Dragonstar is not clicking yet, so he gonna lose all the fish. That's huge. Sebastian gonna nerf the pocket situation here.
Oh my god. That's actually very, very good for Team Wonders. I think I think they just noticed also, well, Dragonstar is going up, but dogs are not shooting arrows in Dark Age anymore, so
I think it's impossible to garrison in general.
true. Yeah. I forgot about that. Haven't had Rage, not Rage, Black Forest in the main event yet.
Well, yeah,
It's a
that's gonna
good
be
point.
hard. All this fish is dead. He's even going for fire galleys. I think that's fine. He will clean this up for sure, even from one dock. He doesn't need to build another one, and it's even more than fine to just stay there for a while, and you don't need to control that pond for a long time as well. Yeah, there is still a Will War, and I think ACCM will be better with contributing scouts there because his build order is already set. He will soon be more economy units.
And because he needs to kill them villagers from Stone, please. It's 6-2 KD to Lucho.
Oh, yeah?
Lucho has 21
Actually-
vills.
Yeah, Lucho is losing hard, actually.
Yeah.
Will
Is it-
he even be able to keep that open before Scouts of ACCM arrives? Because if it's not, then it's not that great. But I guess he will be able to.
Oh wow, like this will still go for long. It's just kind of too late for Stone Place to force walls there, especially with so many villagers there. Kind of late timing from ACCM. This feels more like a fast castle rather than getting a stable as soon as possible and doing damage.
Yeah, but he still will get... Oh, actually nice. Sebastian is blocking borders for ACCM for Mongols. He'll get more. Yeah, he will definitely get the stable on the forward, queue up the scouts almost instantly. He has a lot of food in the bank.
Oh my god,
Oh,
that's a good
range?
job from Siskan to spot that range. Because
Yeah,
there's...
he's constantly there with the villager.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's not a big deal because Dragonstar anyway plays with the stable. Oh yeah, nice, and he's saving the bill as well. That's very good.
Game is paused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a tiny bit tricky because it feels to me that Lucho is trying for his dear life to get those walls up in defense, where it feels to me that Lucho should try to keep that open for a couple of scouts from ACCM to, join the Vil fight.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's gonna happen. Well, this wall might tell them that there is no scouts, and the opposite thing, they're just afraid for scouts to get in, so they might assume the wrong things here. But yeah, I think the position for them is much better. Sebastian is, even with the sneak and all that stuff, he's much better than Sishan at that point because he has more vills. Sishan is still on the way to Feudal Age, so the economy for Seb is much healthier. ACCM will be probably ahead of Dragonstar after that because his lake is secured, and Lucho difference with Sishan is not, with Stone Place is not that significant because, yeah, first of all, there will be scouts from ACCM which will come earlier, and it's not walled for Stone Place. So I would say that Wanderer's position here is much better, even though on the start it was very dangerous for them.
I can't believe that villager is still alive from Sebastian and he's playing so well.
Oh wow, he just trapped that bill, but I guess there is just no unit to kill it. But that was a interesting move from Sishan.
Yeah, well now that house is going to be down. Well, it's a tiny bit of a weird transition now from Dragonstar. He had some extra boars and now he's putting a second stable bench. No!
Well, I guess it's something he should do against all that because he needs to be with the army there to help Stone Place. Oh, and even ACCM building the stone walls. That's interesting. And actually, they give timing to to Stone Place to wall. Yeah.
This is a very weird Black Forest game for me to witness, because maybe ACCM is afraid that Dragonstar is going to have a better timing, but he should know that Dragonstar was under a lot of pressure, and Dragonstar actually has to switch from water to land eco.
Well, that's true, but at the same time, ACCM lost 2 villagers, so he can
Yeah.
assume that he's behind, and also he was forced to get the middle. So maybe it's always better to be safe than sorry.
Oh, more villagers coming to the party. How many? Lucho lost 10 villagers, only killed 4. But now he might trap him in? Imagine.
Yeah, that would be cool. He's not thinking about that, but I think he could with these two villagers on the forward. But I guess they just find to trade now once scouts are arriving there. Actually,
Oh my
scouts with
god.
the extra HP as well. Yeah, Dragonstar is doing knights, by the way. I think if Lucha does not escape in a correct timing, that can be painful. And Dragonstar wanted to build the siege. I think that's a mistake. Siege is not that great. Maybe they all kept in mind that it's gonna be siege, but not cavalry. Oh, and Sishan dies to Sishan dies to Sebastian. Sep is doing a great job with that will.
Oh my god, but Dragonstar is actually making 2 stables to send one of them at the top and one of them on Siskan's side. Oh, suddenly Stone, please. Ended up with
they're all gonna
18 vills lost.
And he's behind Lucha. Lucha just need to escape with his wheels. I think he just need to run.
Yeah.
He wants to help fight with the cav there. That's fun.
Even villagers fighting back. There's a couple of them low HP. Well, 23 villagers for Stone, please, right now.
Ready.
Yeah, Lucha in a better spot. Also, Sebastian lost his forward villager finally, and the main buildings were walled. I mean, the stable is probably the most dangerous now. Archer's probably not gonna get masked that much. So game is slowly stabilizing, but yeah, on the right hand side it's much better for Wanderers now. With ACCM also fish booming a little bit.
Nice wall for Stone, please, but that gate is very weak, Vinch. Those are going to be in, and now there's even a monk to help against all of those knights. There's Monastery from Dragstar. This is going to be the just fight of the pockets. There, I don't see this game going into a very peaceful boom into late game here.
That's actually fun how Sebastian built 3-layer walls of the stone wall. I think he's really afraid of some kind of the push. I actually, well, maybe that's again just safer, but I think that's a little bit overreaction. I don't think that there is anything Sishan who could do very fast, and also he has a very good easy gap to wall there as well.
Siskan is on 3 TCs compared to only 1 from Sebastian. It's funny, like Siskan is booming on 3 TCs with 1 small layer of palisade. Okay, no, he's going to wall now.
Well, that's actually could be dangerous from the Droogs at that point if they drop a castle there as well.
Lucha's going Feudal Age, let's go.
Nice. This Will War guys is gonna end up playing the game. Good for them.
Yeah, Stokes has a decent eco. He's stonewalling himself. I feel like I understand why, but that's also kind of dangerous because you kind of risk getting yourself trapped in there.
Well, there is still another passage on the bottom, which I think they just want to be... They need to wall somewhere.
Yeah.
He decided it's better than walling. Ah, well, ACCM controls the other spot.
I
So
completely
logical.
missed that passage. I looked on the minimap and for a second I thought it's closed. But no, you're right, it's open.
Actually, they are not using lake, that's hard. ACCM made only 6 fish. Well, I guess that's because they know that their opponent withheld lake as well. So they don't care that much. Actually, Seb is going for the fast imp. He just clicked imp with 2 buildings. That's, I would say, maybe a little bit questionable. I would play that different maybe, but it's hard to judge.
hand cannon, bomber cannons. It has to be as a siege workshop, as a barracks. Probably gonna see some ranges soon. He doesn't have people on stone. Now, how much damage can he make? Because his gun is already putting down a 40C. Feels like he's going to be ready to start the elephant production by the time Sebastian gets in here.
That's, I don't think that's a little bit too positive that he will be in time to get to the elephant right away. I think he'll play something else on the start, but in general, I think Seb can go just for pure cannons. If ACCM would be in time with anything, actually now he can also send some lancers or something like that there. Also, I think there is a potential for Lucho to build a better wall in front to win some space, which ACCM get it.
Yeah. Yeah, but about
the-
that, yeah, ICCM wanted to build a siege workshop there, and he got sniped by those 2 scouts forward. That was a really nice awareness from Dragonstar.
Yeah, Stone, please get him raided now. It's huge. Lucha will get much better boom behind. So on that side, it's gonna be much better for Lucho in the end. And on the other side, if Sebastian will push with some support from ACCM, that should be very solid as well. Even going for gold shaft mining as Turks, his gold will come so fast.
I was going to address this from Siskan that I would like to see more stone walls. Not like this. No, I think you have to wall everything. Wall that tunnel completely as much as you can. Because, yeah, especially that imp is going to be scary. I could even see fortified wall. Yeah, universities can be enforced down. And he needs to buy a bit of time. Okay, he's doing it.
Yeah, you're right. Walls are important there. He can win a lot of time. And actually, I think his position is probably better than Sebastian. I think the good BF players here would survive in most of the games and then be in time with doing some army. I think cavalry is the standard approach against fast imp in the chemistry. You just mass a lot of units and try to take a good fight.
Yeah, knights would be good enough, not even thinking about elephants. But for now, he's just trying to buy time with balls, which is always good. In the meantime, he did have 2 random monks on the other flank, and he got 2 conversions there from ACCM. All in all, Pop is looking quite close. Team Darkside being ahead in terms of eco.
Well, that's mostly because of the Siskan
yeah.
and Sebastian situation. Well, for now, yeah, we have in pocket. I think ACSM has a slight lead, economy-wise. Not that big though. I think at that point, Celt economy is probably more efficient in some regard, wood regard. I mean. Also on this, on the other side, Lucho has a big advantage over Stoneplease, who is still in feudal, is not having additional TCs, which can help him to produce the villagers. And but on the left, if Siskan defend well, if he'll be in time with the units. Actually, he's not building any military unit just now. I think that's a mistake.
I think
well,
so
maybe
too.
there is nothing. Yeah, he has resources. He just paid too much attention for the walls, I think.
And especially because he's putting down a 50C. You might as well, yeah, you might as well start that production, because he could easily clean that up, like with 10 knights with +2, delete all your walls, get a good surround, and I think he would be in a decent spot. But for now, it feels like he's panicking a bit.
Yeah, maybe. He built the first stable. Yeah, again, I agree with you that it's mostly about timing of the units. He needs to spam them. He needs to build the stables, but for now he's thinking about running to the alley. Okay, no, he wants to take stone in the middle of the map. Okay, that's fine. Knights, get to the knights. Well, at that point, when he'll get knights, there will be a decent amount of hand cannons for Sebastian, and he's almost in. It's only 1 tile left, and he's almost in.
I really don't think prioritizing imp is what matters here for him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree. In Privilege, probably not it. He just needed to have better thoughts on how he gotta stop that. And in particular, he needed to aim for like 4 or 5 stables on the back while he was walling at the same time. Just get all the
Yeah.
upgrades for the cavalry, and right now mid it with like 15, 20 knights and just cleaned it up.
Yeah, because well, at this point, well, a Dragonstar is also up. He's getting more
Oh,
stables in the
wow.
middle, getting
Yeah, and
plus
he's
two.
going for +2. He wants to go for the Paladin, Celt's Paladins. That's interesting, but I think this is a bad thing because even if he defend Sishan, they're gonna die to Mongols with not the best cavalry on 2 players.
I
I
don't
think this is
think
just not.
I don't think he wants Kel's Paladin. I think he just has to help Siskan with numbers because Siskan was greedy with the aim timing. He can't clean this up. He can't let Siskan to purely die. But the issue is that his timing is going to be significantly slowed against ACCM, who's also up to the next stage, and he's going to go into Mangadai. First castle is going up in the middle, super close to Siskan's base as well.
Yeah, he definitely will get Mangudais in time at that spot. Yeah, Sebastian doing his great job, amazing fast imp. He managed to get in, he made exact numbers of BBCs which he needed. And yeah, everything goes very well for him.
Oh no, he has actually invested into Cavalier. Never mind. Never mind. Wrong was I.
Well, but it's still, Cavalier is just to help. I think there is just no potential in that. Even if he defend from Sebastian gonna boom a little bit, and they're not gonna be able to stop ACCM.
Big fight against the hand cannons, but there were just not enough. Not enough.
And that's funny that he was going for the Imperial Age, but these knights are completely Castle Age. There is 0 upgrades from him for these guys.
Yeah, I mean, he has no resources. All those resources. The thing is, if all those resources from him would have been invested into knights, he would have, yeah, exactly, he would have cleared that up, and by now he would have already been up to the next stage.
Yeah, they call it GG. What a good game from Sebastian. I think he carried this game with the forward, with the sneak, with the forward dog, with just yeah, with the fast imp as well. Everything he did well for him with the timings. Very good performance from the Wonder side, and they tied the match 2-2.
Well, looking good for my initial prediction. Let's go.
Nice.
Absolutely staged.
Yeah, that's a good one. I said that I wouldn't be the one who would predict the scores, and you're the one who just get it right?
Yeah. But definitely, did like a tie just to argue with my chat. Or like just not to have the same idea. I would have thought that Wonders are the favorite as well. And wow, Team Darkside opening a 2-0 score into Wonders being able to bounce back and tying the match. Really well played from both teams.
Yeah, and I would say Darkside as well. Like on that map, they had advantage if only Sep wouldn't make that crazy move with the dog, and maybe at some point Sishan would just spot the will. Then I think the game would be completely different. Like Dragonstar has the fish, advantage over ACCM, earlier scouts there. Stonefleece already have the lead, and that would be insanely hard to play for Wonders from that point. But yep, Sep managed to save his team here.
Yeah. Really nice series. I enjoyed it a lot. Felt like Darkside did all the right choices in the beginning, and then Wonder still managed to bounce back, because I feel like there's also that, psychological aspect to it where you feel like maybe you feel a bit down seeing the opponents already up to all.
Because you cannot get that extra point.
Yeah, plays a tiny bit into the morale, I feel like, or I would feel like. And hey, look, Wonders did an amazing job still being able to tie the score. Well played for them. And again, congrats for Darkside. I think Wonders were the favorite. I feel tying this matchup was still a good result for them. Ideally, you would win the set, but I think a tie is still decent.
Yeah, I agree. That was a really nice set, Daniela. Really happy that you invited me to co-cast this one.
Thank you so much for coming. And hey, give me a shout every now and then. I still have more sets available to co-cast. If you would like to come back, I would be very happy to have you.
Well, after Fortress game, I was about to say that I'll never co-cast again these crazy games because I'm not ready to watch that without X4 speed at least. But after the finish of that set, maybe that's gonna happen again. Yeah, let's see.
Okay, Vinch, thank you so much for coming.
Yep.
Have a good one and good luck in your sets this round.
Yep. Thank you so much. Enjoy the next set today.
You
See you.
too. Bye bye. See you.